Right, welcome everyone for Monaco. Hopefully we're live. I feel like there should be an audio thing on YouTube. It's like, yeah, you're live. It's all good. I'm like, am I live? Am I not? But I think we're live for the Monaco Grand Prix, which is, honestly, I think it's my favourite race of the season. I just like the vibe of it. Am I an hour early? Is it starting at 2 or 3? Are we doing a 2-hour pre-show? I mean, we can do it. We can do it. But am I an hour early? Oh my god. Okay. No, we can't be now because it's 2 o'clock already in Monaco. It's not going to start at 4. What time is the race starting? Welcome, Black will know. Hughes crashing Moto. Oh, sounds just like Moto GP things. Tell me, are we doing an hour-long pre-show or a 2-hour pre-show? What are we doing? What are we doing here? 54 minutes. Okay, I mean, I would have done the 2-hour pre-show. I would have done it. See, this is really why I'm not on Sky Sports. Can you imagine Sky I turn up at the studio like an hour early and hit live. I say, are we live, everyone? And just meant to be the news or something. Black, I find it very hard to decide who I'll be rooting for today, Kimi or Hamilton. I say go Kimi. He's on pole. Well, clearly I've made myself available. Clearly. But yeah, Monaco GP. Got some more videos loaded in that I haven't even checked, but hopefully they're Monaco videos. So we got some nice B-roll there. I was going to do a throw up a vertical as well, but I couldn't get the framing right, so just abandoned it. Lehansa Gunathilakia is rooting for Max. You know what? Let's do a poll. Why do I have so much energy? YouTube is very weird. It's like YouTube is very weird. It's because it's so creative. Or I don't have the mentality to like. If when I'm doing something creative, I need to feel it. And then if I feel it, it motivates me to do it really. I try and do it really well. So like, you know, have like a high standard. But if I don't feel creative, then I'm like, there's no point putting out stuff that I don't really care about. But I feel good right now. Michael, does Max blocks the Ferraris trying to overtake Kimi T1? I think people are going to end up in the wall at Sandevot. I think people might actually end up in the church. He's won already 4 in a row. Is it realistic to make it 5? I'd say yeah. And George, you got to pray for George Russell there. George Russell will be in Sandevot afterwards. How do we do a poll? Members only live stream. Switch to members only. Why is that highlighted? I swear YouTube is just like daft. I'm sure my members don't mind. Black is a member. Black, are you okay this not being a members only stream? You know, I'm going to start a Q&A. Q&A started as well. There's a Q&A. Let's do the poll. Who will be leading at the end of lap 1? We'll go Kimi. We'll go Lewis. We'll go Max. And we'll go Charles. There we go. Matt Hummels, former German footballer. That's scraping the barrel of celebrity, isn't it? Matt Hummels, former German footballer. Who else is at the circuit? Michael Douglas, Catherine Zeta-Jones. I don't understand these. I don't know these people. This is like when I did a grid walk in London and I interviewed Jaden Smith. I had no idea who Jaden Smith was. For anyone who's seen that. Yeah, welcome along everyone. Hopefully looking forward to an interesting Monaco GP. Got the poll up. Yeah, Lando won here last year, but it just... Does Lando feel like a world champion? I'll answer my own question. I don't think it feels like Lando's a world champion or a reigning world champion. And does Lando need to carry himself a bit more? Does Lando need to lead a little bit? Does Lando need to be a bit more outspoken on issues? Because he represents the drivers almost as a champion. Yeah, check out my grid walk from London Formula E with my interview with Jaden Smith. I meant to upload a load of content this weekend from Monaco. I did on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, make sure to follow me on Instagram. I did post. I posted a. Oh, Vlatka's reposted the stream. I'm going to retweet it. Leave a heart as well. Say let's go. Let's go. 3 O's. Thank you, Vlatka. Yeah, I posted a little photo, just some photos of me at Monaco over the years on Instagram. It's so difficult. You have to go on your phone. You have to go down years to find the photos. Okay? And then I wanted to post portrait photos, not landscape. But I can't see on the preview, so I had to guess. I was like, maybe 5 years ago this was portrait, and multi-select them. Then I hit share to Instagram, but it would only share it as a reel. I was like, I don't want to share it as a reel, I want to share it as photos. So there's no option. So then I had to download them to my phone from my phone, which just seems really stupid. But anyway, I did that. Then I tapped them all again. Oh yeah, then they didn't show... I thought, okay, this would be good. I'll download them and it'll show as latest. Didn't. They all showed like with the original created date. It's really annoying. Tapped them all again, hit share, wouldn't share again to reels. So then I went into Instagram, did create new post, then it goes back to my gallery and there's nothing new. Everything's down there. So I had to go back and try and find them. And that was a pain. So in the end I favorited them in my photos. I hit favorite. I thought this would be smart and I'll go into Instagram, go to my favorites folder. Went to Instagram, went to my favorites folder, don't show there. Because the Instagram favorites is different. So how did I get it up in the end? How did I do it? Because I did do it at like 1 AM last night. It took me about an hour to post 5 photos. I think I screenshotted them. I think I screenshotted them. And then I posted it. And by that time I was too tired. I didn't even do a caption. I was like, here's some photos. And I was like, this is rubbish, man. This is so bad. I can create a whole YouTube video, quite a decent one, in the time it took me to post 5 photos I already have to Instagram. What's the poll saying? Whoa! It's pretty... Well, hang on. No. I thought the bars were even. I was just looking at the length of the names. So no one thinks Charles Leclerc is going to be leading. But Kimi, yeah, 45%. I think Kimi. Fishy supports Antonelli. That makes it sound like he's running for governor or something. Jeff, have you asked Jesus Christ to cleanse me? Not recently, actually. That's maybe where I'm going wrong. He's been skipping my weekly catch-ups. So not very cleansed right now. That's a nice shot. That's a nice shot there I've got at the top. On the preview. Should we make the preview bigger while we wait? Oh, why did I not use that extra space like that? Foolish. Now how do we align this? That crash Bortoletti had yesterday was just insane. Just the tiniest of touches to the barrier completely destroyed the suspension. It was mad. Welcome cell phone. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Monaco. Can't wait. Got excited, yes, got some footage on screen. I'm excited to see what these cars will do here. Will it be the same? Will it be different? Let's see. Anyone else excited? Lehans is excited. Is it anyone's first Monaco Grand Prix who's watching? Anyone's first MGP? We'll summarise it too. Yeah, I just like being. You can't. There's no. Oh, I don't know. But I don't. To be fair, I don't know about a lot of the other street circuits. But I think other street circuits, they're because they're more modern than Monaco, they're designed with more safety in place. Like Monaco gets away with it because it predates safety really. But other street circuits I have been to, it's all they don't really just let you walk the track, etc. And also street circuits these days aren't really in the middle of a city or location; they're a bit out of town, public transport, etc. But I don't think there's anywhere else in the world you can go and experience what I'm showing you there. And it says, me and verify to... You say me, it's your first Monaco. Cellphone, hey brother, I'm trying to get Lodge at RS50 Hub, but Lodge have been out of stock for a minute. I'll contact them. I think in the are you in the US then? I think in the US it's been out of stock. You can buy the system, but as we know, or I suspect as you know, you can save more money by buying separately and using my code. So, yeah, not sure what's going on with the hub. I do have the McLaren rim, which I've been using, you might have seen, in Forza. We're really on top of the videos now. Like, I think I have 5 really great videos all in the bag, which is fantastic. Like, a lot of hard work and processes have been coming through. Obviously paying editors and people like that costs money, but when it works it means you can get more stuff out for you guys, which is good. Fishy says Ante's my favourite driver. Big fans already, Frantinelli. Big fans already. This is where Bortoleto had the issue yesterday, by the way. Just hit that orange one I'm pointing at right now. Just grazed it. Just grazed it barely. Self and I'm in the US and California, might have to go that route. Yeah, if you want to get the system, just try and work out the price difference. And if it's like $30, you might go, oh, okay, well, I'd rather have it now. Oh, but also, oh no, I think it's UK. I think in UK and EU at the moment, I haven't posted about this, but I think you can get G Pro and RS pedals for £600, £616 using my code. But I think that might be, I suspect that might be Logitech in UK and Europe clearing G Pro stock, if I'm cynical. Because if I was Logitech, I would actually phase out G Pro wheelbase, which I have in front of me right now. Like, here is a G Pro. We're talking about all this coincidentally, like this is the G Pro wheel. The one with the clutch pedals. Although I don't really... Obviously the, yeah, you can imagine how messy it is here that I'm able to just pick up wheels. But yeah, 40 minutes to go. 40 minutes to go. It looks like drivers are maybe doing installation laps. Maybe installation laps. Wonder how the McLarens are going to do. But yeah, let me know what you're expecting in chat for the race today. 100 people watching. Welcome everyone. Why don't we start with a little nations check? Let's start with a little nations check. How about that? Let us know where in the world you're watching from. Look at the preparation I've done, by the way, actually going to Monaco. Ah, I should put my Monaco grid walk. Ah, where is it? It's not. I had to change internet connection because we had the issue yesterday. Don't have it. Oh well. I should do a different video on that anyway. I should have made the video of it and premiered it after this. But maybe I'm not really meant. Blacker from Croatia. Welcome Wigan Pilot. Where's Wigan Pilot from? Dern's from White Plains, New York. What's the difference between Formula 1 and Formula E? Okay, so the main difference is Formula E is fully electric. Formula 1 is now 50-50 electric, which is insane. No need for it to be. Formula E, their one battery lasts the whole race. They do have some races where they charge the battery in the pits now for a little bit, for about 45 seconds. But the Formula E cars are very efficient. They're very good at regenerating. Formula 1 cars are not as good at regenerating. So Formula 1 has an issue with keeping the battery charged. Whereas Formula E they're just very, very good at it. Formula E cars are a bit smaller as well. This is the Formula 1 wheel, by the way, if you want to know what a Formula 1 wheel looks like. This is the Mercedes Formula 1 wheel, which is carbon fibre. And I have a video on my channel about where I go to factories and see where the wheels are made. Wigan, Greater Manchester. No worries, Jeff Bieber. Hopefully the videos are helpful. Spent a lot of time on those videos. Yeah, this is, to say the least, it's a nice wheel. To say the least. Look, you can even read chat in it. That's what it looks like to me. That's literally... Does it look different to anyone watching? That's all. That's what I have. That's my Q&A. And then this is what I see. So I can see myself. I can see my sound. That's not my microphone. How much is that wheel? Have a guess. Have a guess. I think this is the nicest wheel that you can use for sim racing in the world. And I've asked them today to get a replacement cable because I don't know where the cable is. Yeah, installation laps going on. Let's see if anyone bins it. 4K, 50 grand, 1 grand. Okay, so 50 grand is too high, 1 grand is too low, 4K is too high if we're talking dollar. Oh my god. Oh, someone will have to check. Someone will have to check how much it is, but I think in dollars. Whoa. So this is a sim racing wheel. This is a sim racing wheel. There are some differences between this wheel and the wheel that Kimmy's using, which is that this wheel is not waterproof. Although there is this here is what they use to pressure test the wheel. So it's not waterproof. But otherwise, yeah, it's pretty crazy. 2K. I think it's probably in the US with tariffs. I reckon it's probably. Oh, I don't know. Someone will have to check. Welcome, McGurkin. Sorry, I missed Martin there from Netherlands as well. See, I've got some more footage for this one as well. So hopefully exciting. Yeah, people are doing installation laps. 78 laps in Monaco we're going to have, starting in 35 minutes. Can't wait, really. And honestly, I can tell you, having been to Monaco, as you can see, trust me, it's nice to follow Formula 1 at home like this. This is a nice way to follow it. If you want to go to Monaco to watch Formula 1, it's more than the Formula 1. It's like, it's a trip. It's like you want to see maybe for the first time, like in reality, what these places are like. But what you see on screen is what it's like. So you're also experiencing it here. Lands already finished your snacks. What were the snacks? It's like a pit stop. Got to get more snacks, basically. Have I ever met Jan Mardenborough in person? Yes, because we were both in the Gran Turismo movie. Well, in weird ways, we're both in the Gran Turismo movie. He is the story of the Gran Turismo movie, so he was at all the premieres. So I went to premieres in London and Amsterdam, which is very cool. I mean, the amount of cool things. Sometimes I have to pinch myself and think, how can all these, how are all these things happening? Like, given I have no connections, I have no background, I wasn't born into media or motorsport or anything. Like, I have no training. So how are these things happening? I don't know. And got another trip that I need to finalise today, actually. I'm very excited about, to a country I've never been to. Yeah, I met Jan one person. He's very, very, very broad shoulders. He's like very broad shoulders. He's like a swimming frame. Yeah, more snacks I think are needed. You don't want to be snack free, although I try not to buy. It wouldn't work with me really snacking too much while I'm doing what we call this commentary. So I put some more videos in, so hopefully there's more videos. Let's see. Let's skip. Oh yeah, pit lane stuff. Not pit lane, whatever it is. This is that's where Ricardo binned it. Welcome, Size. It's good to see you. Mega, okay, Monaco's on my bucket list. Doing basically what we did here, but I've always wanted to Fairmont Lons Hotel. Very exclusive. I mean, think how much money they can charge. That Renault shirt was so good. I have one of those somewhere, but all the black stuff is peeling off. I'd love to get another one of those Renault shirts. That white and black with like the Microsoft on it. It was so good. I think I bought one in Paris. Thanks, Selphone. Appreciate it. Appreciate you supporting the videos. I see you, my guy. Hopefully this is not making the stream struggle, but it's worth it. Yeah, that's probably a Saturday night or a Friday night or something. This is really cool. Like, that it doesn't cost anything to go there. It's not ticketed. They could ticket it, but I think this comes from honestly the Prince of Monaco. He genuinely calls the shots, and I think he genuinely likes to have fans down there. Like, whether it's cynical, like it's a whole thing for Monaco's image or not, I don't know. But if this was a big corporate running it, I reckon this would all be ticketed, right? They just ticket you €10, well, no, 50 euros at the gate or something, but they don't. So pretty cool, I would say. Pretty cool too, those curbs as well. The Porsche Super Cup cars absolutely destroy those curbs. Absolutely destroy them. And that's the pits up at the top. And at the right at the top is the hospitality. So it's not that big either. Yeah, this kind of makes me want to go back. Like, what about like the vibe? Monaco wouldn't make any sense in like winter. Like, it has to be in, I think it has to be in May. I think the fact it's in June is insane to me already. Unfortunately, I don't think this wireless microphone was really able to hold up there before I was able to buy a better one. See, that's an interesting view because you can see on the right hand side how far away those grandstands are. If you think about this as a track, whereas this grandstand here, like I said yesterday, if you stand on the left hand side there and you look down, you can see the cars grazing that barrier. Did I get any signatures? I'm not really a signature person, to be honest. I'm not a signature sort of dude. I don't walk around with a pen. I'd rather create content. So I have got some wheels that are signed when I've taken them to drivers and they use that wheel. Evelyn says, Max, welcome Evelyn. That's how they patched up the Tech Pro there. I went another year. I saw Max Verstappen going to the Tech Pro at San Devot. What year was that? Was that 2017? I think 2017 I was there when Max went to the Tech Pro and I went over to see it. He just punched his hole right through it. That's when Tech Pro seemed to be like relatively new. That was Ricciardo, who I'd met the day earlier. Also, that Aston Martin hat was really nice. I don't know where it is. I think it was the cheapest hat I could find, because I think they were the worst team at the time. Ooh, about 29 minutes to go. Swimming pool chicane. So swimming pool on the left, on the other side of the track. Oh, that's probably Ricciardo. Is that Ricciardo? Ah, maybe no, surely he wouldn't have hit that barrier there. Is that what Ricciardo did? Looks like maybe Ricciardo did that. Did he go all that way? No, Ricciardo must be Laker. How did Ricciardo crash? I don't think you recognise me with the hat on if I walked past you. Just an anonymous dude. Look at that statue, by the way. See that statue? Yeah, so just on the left there's all swimming pool stuff. I have sat in the grandstand at the back there, which I think is grandstand K or something. And obviously you can see the cars like, which for someone like me never gets boring. Ricciardo is the GOAT. Yeah, it's just I just think it's like it's crazy that you can just walk on the curbs. Like I just love it. Like you don't have a ticket and you can walk on the track. Like how is this not just the best Grand Prix to visit? Like you can't go to Catalonia or anywhere else, Silverstone. You can't go to Silverstone without a ticket. You can literally go. I have a video on like going to Monaco without a ticket. I think one year I just didn't have any tickets. And obviously if you're good at talking, you can work your way into places. Let's put it like that. Souvenir shop. It's probably me saying, hit the subscribe button. What's the next one? Ah. This must be later at night or the next day. Yeah, you could bring a bicycle. Look at the absolute party animals here. I have no idea how much a drink is in one of these places, by the way. I have no idea. But again, you could just bring your own drink, which I probably do have in my bag. That's going into Raskas. You can bring your dog. T3, that's T, Grandstand T opposite then. I think, not going to make any friends probably, but I think it's all about, getting a drink there is all about posing, frankly. Why do you need to go in there and have a drink? I suppose if you want to sit down, makes sense. Oh, this is the year I met Conor McGregor. I met Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor was just strolling through. Maybe it's in this video. Oh, Conor McGregor. I completely forgot about that. I was just walking and this dude was strolling and it was Conor McGregor. Yeah, you can bring what you want. This guy's got a long lens camera. Which, by the way, you might not be able to bring into the grandstands, technically. They might search your bag and... I mean, it's crazy. When you go to the grandstands, you have to go through, like, a security line and everything. But here, you don't. I can hear my baby. I'm going to check my baby back. What did I miss? I'm back. Did it look like I was like... That must have been really weird. Just with the camera here with no one here. And I'm on the left. It's like Mercedes are hiding something behind their front wing. Welcome, Doc Norris. aka JJ. Mega, I went there about 20 years ago before the race. £8 for a coffee, yeah. One of my top tips in Monaco, you got to ask for prices before you buy anything. 58 months. Oh god, I've got to get on these badges. I've been doing some admin, so the badges are on my list. But thanks, JJ. 58 months. You were probably a member when I was getting these hot dogs. And there we go. There's some prices. What are the prices saying? What's the boissons? Shame no one actually watched these videos at the time, but it's good that we can use them now. It makes me regret less doing all this filming. It's cool that we have this heritage, right, on the channel. 58-month member. We got this footage from years ago that we can still enjoy. It's like YouTube heritage. But honestly, I don't understand getting a drink in there. I don't know what the point, other than to like... I really don't get it. I'm not one of these influencer types, I think. I don't understand it. I did get a hot dog though. I must be queuing for the hot dog because I do get a hot dog. In fact, I get 2 hot dogs. Feels like 58 days. A compression of time times 28. That's Conor McGregor. I was getting my hot dog now, and Conor McGregor just rolled through. And then I saw him the next day, he had his Lamborghini yacht. Lehanza bought Red Bull merch. I thought you were getting snacks. Yeah, imagine if I was actually in Monaco and I just left this playing to automatically start. That'd be quite cool. You were thirsty, flag, and got that €8 coffee. You can tell everyone about it though when you get back. Like, oh, I went to Monaco, it's €8 for a coffee. Like, you'll get the value back of that in like in anecdotes. I mean, hang on, how much was that hot dog? Did anyone see the price of that? How much was that hot dog? How much was that hot dog? That's Connor McG. Because that is a basic hot dog. But to be fair, honestly, actually, to be fair, when I was in Las Vegas for CES, I also got a hot dog in America, and it was all like, you couldn't see the hot dog for all the stuff they put on top of it. Too much. Did you see the short of George and the wife trolling Lewis and new girlfriend? I didn't see. Did not see. That looks like the XC of autonomy. Mike Lynch. Maybe he was there on his yacht. But anyway, like all that stuff, I think gets boring quite quickly. Let's see the hot dog now. Oh god, did I record myself eating a hot dog? This is not going to be good. Ah, yes. we knew we were going to make it. Oh. Anyway, 19 minutes to go. You shouldn't eat a hot dog on this way. You should eat a hot dog on TV. There's Conor McGregor. I want to see you take your race car to Nürburgring. I could do. I mean, nothing really stops me from just planning it and doing it. But I've got to do the Brands Hatch stuff. We're doing the Sim Racing Track Day in October. The tickets for that should go live very soon. So this is how you actually do Monaco, if you're not some influencer shill. So you take the train in. I don't know why in my head I'm like, I should be polite, and I just like, no, just say what you think. I have driven my car to Spa, and I made a video on that, and unfortunately no one really watched it. No, people don't really watch the big videos. I do. They like it when I'm just a voice talking about some game. We met Toto, yeah? Or let me drive it. No, I'm alright, I can drive myself. I'm cool. I'm not going to go there and let someone else drive my car. I'm going to go there to drive my car. That's the whole point. This is a train station. See, I could have been a travel dude, travel YouTuber. Met Alfonso as well, yeah. Exactly. Get a custom video from Alfonso. Go down the stairs. How much does it cost me so far? €2 for a coat, €1 for Chris. I don't even think you can get a Chris for €1 anymore. It's dated this video. €10 for the train. So we're €13 in at the moment, and we're literally at Santa Vot, going down the red carpet. So that's pretty cool. There's Santa Vot on the left. That is the actual church. We should do this for every race. I've been to the tracks I've been to. We should do it for Spa, for Catalonia, for Silverstone, for Hungary. I went to Brazil, but I didn't go to Sao Paulo. Well, no, I did go to Sao Paulo. I didn't go to Interlagos. I was like, oh, should we go to Interlagos? The race is starting in 15 minutes. So I'm just having so much fun here. I'm just loving this. That's where you get your tickets from, by the way. If you want to get your official tickets, collect them there. But I think I'm like, hey, don't even get a ticket. Don't spend money on it. Just go. That's the track behind. That's Sandevot. That's the first corner behind me. Believe it or not. So this road normally just goes up the hill and joins turn 1. Don't know where we're going now. We're just roaming. Don't know what I'm pointing at. I think I'm pointing at the hill. How much should I pay for tickets? Got you covered. Got you covered there. By the way, what are we doing on the like front? If you're enjoying this video, please hit the like button, please subscribe. We can definitely hit 139. If we hit 140 today, there we go. I appreciate you. This is where I met Daniel Ricciardo. In fact, I met Daniel Ricciardo, I think, as I was shooting this. Spaceman, I remember watching this video. It made me want to go there one day. Hasn't happened yet. Well, you still got all the tips here. F1 26 lobbies after? No, but I need to record some GTA 7. Changing channel to Monaco. Yeah, that's the hill, I'm saying. Where you can sit. That's France in the background, I think, basically, isn't it? Is that where the rally happens? $14 to go. So yeah, have a close look at that. If you want to go without a ticket, I think nowadays you need to buy a ticket there, but it's quite cheap. If you want to sit there, but this is the school that there was all this drama about. Oh, Cadillac closed the school for their motorhome. So I think they moved the school. But that's just there. See, I really like going to Monaco. And you can just walk on the jetties. See, there's a massive ship. Where that ship is, there's a massive ship this year. Huge. Welcome, Jewel Hodge. Welcome, SC Games Kingdom. Wow, so old we had the old logo. Could stream from there. Could do this stream from there. Why didn't I not go? Why did I not go to Monaco from here? And I'm free. Why did I not go? Because I can definitely afford all that. Trade, Coke, Chris, tickets. No, that ship. No, it's a cruise ship or something. It's not a yacht. Put it like that. This is sneaky. Look where I am now. Look where I've sneaked into. I sneaked into... if only I was a better YouTuber at the time. I sneaked into the Monaco Grand Prix. To be fair, I probably did try that. Aston Martin. Mercedes. Interesting, it's unbranded. Sebastian Vettel there. See, that's cool that he's signing stuff. He doesn't have to sign stuff. He doesn't need to. Like, this might be unfair, but I don't think Lance Stroll's stopping there to sign stuff. Unfortunately, he was fairly washed at that stage. Although that's pretty cool. I must have done some stabilisation there. I think I'm probably saying that's pretty cool. 10 minutes to go, by the way. Should have a timer, really. Should have a timer up. Chat, let's do a nation check with 10 minutes to go. Let us know where in the world you're watching from. I want to see a sea of countries. Put your country in there. Let us know in the chat where in the world you're watching from. Is anyone watching from Monaco? That's Daniel Ricciardo. Where am I now? Where have I gone to now? Martin from the Netherlands. Rowan, South Africa. Vlatka, Croatia. The top 3 there. Lander Sri Lanka. Robert from North Florida. Eric Amsterdam. There should be an Amsterdam Grand Prix. Size X from London. Ah, I must have been running some frame interpolation. Maybe I shot this at 30 FPS. I shot on a GoPro. Michael from Australia. Spaceman from Brazil. Ah, Papa, thank you for joining the membership. Thank you so much. You know what? I'm going to celebrate with some exclusive members emojis. Thank you, Papa. Please put your claps in the chat, everyone. Papa joining the membership. There you go. There's some of the emojis you can use. There you go. The claps coming out as well. McGurkin from the UK. Papa from Norway. User from Saudi. Andrew from Scotland. Volvolk from Russia. 10 minutes to go still. Now it's still 10 minutes to go. Drivers are getting in their cars, by the way. I'm still wandering around. Ah, shops. Okay, now the video stopped and I'm quite worried that maybe I've broken everything. Okay, we'll go back to this one. And in fact, we're going to have to move it soon to show the standings, which is what we want to see. Okay, I don't know who won the nations chat there. 600 people watching. I'm sure there's more nations. We might have every nation in the world covered. Potentially. Shame I didn't work out a better way to fit this, right? Need some V12s in the background sound. Maybe we should maybe we can have it on request, like you write something in chat. Perez investigated after the race. Oh no. Not good. Sergio Perez. Oh, have I done that wrong? Doesn't matter.
Keep your head down.
Hashmi from Mauritius, welcome. You try a bacon wrap Lizzie, I have no idea what that is. Literally no idea. Could be anything. So, Antonelli on pole, Verstappen also on the front row, P2, Hamilton third, Leclerc fourth. Remember, Antonelli's not been getting good starts. Hadjar fifth, Russell sixth, Piastri seventh, Norris eighth, terrible for the McLarens. Pierre Gasly in P9, done quite a bit better than Colapinto here. Liam Lawson in top 10, and then we've got the Williams at Albon 11th, Sainz 12th, Hulkenberg 13th, Colapinto 14th, and then Lindblad 15th, Bortoleto 16th, which is very unfair for those drivers, I guess, because he crashed out, but there we go. Ocon 17th, Perez 18th, but being investigated. 19 Behrman, 20 Bottas, 21 Alfonso, 22 Stroll. So that's how we're lining up at the moment. With 7 minutes to go, everyone. Track temp today, a more believable 28 degrees, if anyone remembers track temp saga yesterday. Let me know if you remember track temp saga. Ah, just moved something. Alfonso in the points today? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think Adrian Newey is going to be under severe pressure like that. They should allow T1 L1 corner cut. That's a very interesting idea. I'm not sure I mind that after what I saw in the Porsche Super Cup race. Tell us more about that, Michael. Where's that idea coming from? T1 L1 corner cut. I don't think I mind that. Have a shot challenge every time a legitimate overtake happens. I mean, you can try it. You could try it. I think in Formula E there were 120 overtakes, so that game would just be lethal. Welcome, Sirius Richard here from Netherlands. Raphael Kimi cooking. Is Kimi going to be absolutely... How's he going to start, by the way? Is Kimi going to do the clutch? He doesn't do the old Hamilton thing, right? I can't focus on this because pure carbon. Pure carbon.
Focus
Let's put the wheel in the background.
Ahead.
Welcome Janus as well. Let us know if you've been lurking and you want to say hello, feel free, but there's no pressure, you don't need to. It's totally cool. That just I think that completes the background. It looks really nicely proportioned there as well. And Guang says pure hopium. CFC, I'm sure Max will give no quarter at the start and try and push Anthony at ride. You think someone's going to get a push in Sandevot? Did I try my new sim? What's my new sim? What is my new sim? The chicane off tunnel called a Nouvelle chicane. Okay, now I know. I don't have to just go on like a minute-long rant every time I want to reference it. Perhaps saying Leclerc in the wall. Michael, given how hard it is to overtake, opening up T1s, just say for lap 1, gives more space for it to happen. Yeah, but then you're dangerously close, like, no overtaking for the first lap. And then you're like, may as well start Monaco behind safety car. So, I respectfully disagree. Along the same lines of what I was saying earlier about Monaco is like old school. Like it existed before safety. So we keep saying one the waiters. How's the weather? Sunny. See, now it's saying 40-degree track temp. I don't think so. I don't think so. It was just 28. What's going on with the track temp sensor? Raphael saying it's low-key Mercedes year this year, except George. So you mean it's Kimi's year this year, basically. That's what you're saying. We are just 4 minutes away, everyone. That's the P1. That's P1 on the inside. That's where Kimi's going to be starting from. Can you believe it? And that's a rundown in Sandevot. This is pretty cool. Please subscribe so I can go to more races and shoot stuff like this. Imagine we could do it for every race. That's my organisation now. I need an organiser. Spinel, can't wait to be there in person. When are you going to be there in person? Welcome Ish on IRL from yesterday. Amy hasn't watched since Schumacher. What will be the biggest difference? So if you haven't watched since Schumacher, the biggest difference will probably be that the cars don't sound like they did back then. But that won't matter here. The cars, until this season, were very reliable. Much more reliable than Schumacher era, but that won't matter now. You have a lot of really young drivers in Formula 1. Antonelli's really young. Hadjar's really young. Lindblad's really young. So you got young Colapin's really young. You got really young drivers. Yeah, otherwise it's Monaco. Like, it's Formula 1 cars at Monaco. Am I going to be watching a race? We're watching. Raphael Kimi is a youngster. It's low-key amazing. Yeah. And Ungawan says, Alfonso. Well, let's see what happens there. Just 2 minutes ago, I'm going to have to move this preview now. Where should we put it? We can leave the preview running. Risk of rain is 0%. Should we put it there? I'm kind of like a bit boxed in. Yeah, it is amazing they zip through regular streets. Like, I think it's a pretty cool. I would say that if you can go to Monaco, like, don't even think about getting race. Don't even bring race tickets into the equation. Like, if you can go, and it's like, you know, your life circumstances that you could go. You could take holiday for it. You could fly out there. You could stay nearby, take a train. I would say it's a good thing to do, because it could all change in the future. Like, it could drop from the calendar or whatever. And obviously, if you can afford race tickets, that's great. But you don't need to, as I've shown in the videos. Eros, who's your bias, dude? Hamilton or Leclerc? Well, as a Mercedes factory driver, obviously I'm supporting all the Mercedes drivers. Mark Bird's walked the track. The hill was massive in real life, yes. So 1 minute to go, everyone. The new trophy is made of 24 karat gold. It's a Bruno Mars edition. Wigan, I predict Hamilton finishing ahead of Verstappen. Put your predictions in chat right now. Put your predictions in. Welcome Frozen from Minneapolis. Put your predictions in. I want to hear your predictions. Because the formation lap should be starting almost immediately. Let's see what's going to happen. Michael says Hamilton. Almost 100 likes. We want to get to 1,000 likes today. 100% 1,000 likes. So if you haven't liked the stream yet, smash the like button right now. We're going to go for that big 1,000. There we go. 100 out of 100. It will set a new target for us. Should do. Mark says Hamilton, then Max, then Kimi. You can see the drivers on the way. The track map is looking delayed, by the way, so we might have an issue with track map. But I can tell you what's going on, don't worry. Welcome my Wolfgang, working in Chatima as well. Dern says rocket start Hamilton. Black Anthony Hamilton Hadjar. Wheels Hamilton Max Kimi. Silver Verstappen Hamilton Antonelli. Frank saying Hamilton podium. Let's see. I wonder if Anthony gets a bad start, a poor start, which could happen. I wonder whether he will be very aggressive in trying to overtake. And I don't know. I wonder whether he might not be afforded the space. Let's see. Welcome, Professor Logic. Good to see you again. Eros says Anthony Winners GP is going to be so cool. Angawang says unpredictable. Pulse going for Kimi as well. Amy, are there cars with distinctive features? Not really. All the cars broadly look the same with different sponsors on. Although underneath they're obviously very different. Silver says we'll see what Kimi's made of today. Snowline supporting Max. Let's see. So it looks like at the moment we've got the live timing. Oh, there we go. Something's refreshing with the map, so we'll see what happens. But I can tell you, as I see it, by the way, the cars are... Kimi is going around Anthony Nogues, last corner, and is going to be heading up to take his grid slot. With Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton on the second row of the grid. Bruh, ignoring questions. The Monaco Grand Prix is sold out apparently as well. Aston, the only unique looking car. Maybe from a colour perspective. Okay, so Kimi's taking his grid slot. The Ferrari's behind it there as well. Verstappen doing like a bit of a burnout. He's on the front row of the grid. Now the standings may go before I see. So his driver's teleporting. I'm going to let you know. I'm going to tell you what I see basically when I see it. So Verstappen is on the outside in his grid slot. Kimi's on the inside. Still waiting, I'm going to call it as I see it, for the Astons to come in the back with their new livery. Darker at the front here. A Stroll very aggressively points his car at Fernando Alfonso. Okay. Waiting for the red lights now. On this curved grid. Essentially, Verstappen very aggressively pointed. 3 red lights, 4 red lights, 5 red lights. Red lights go out. Is it a poor start from Kimi? It's a terrible start from Verstappen. He's stalled. Verstappen has stalled and has to pull over. It's a terrible start from Verstappen. Who could have predicted that? And the whole stream is breaking as well. Like, it's absolutely insane. Terrible start from Verstappen. He might be out. Verstappen might be out. Failure on the car. Even the hazard light started blinking. Not something I've ever experienced in my Peugeot. But Verstappen stalled off the grid. Unbelievable scenes. I haven't seen something like that for about 20 years. So when Amy was asking what's the difference, well, I was going to say cars are quite reliable off the start, but not here. Verstappen stalls. He is on his way now. He is on his way. So I wonder if Verstappen is going to box here, because if you can go all the way on tyres, maybe Verstappen will box, and then he'll have only lost Oh my god, he's lost a lot of time. 30 seconds. It's curtains for Verstappen. It's curtains. Professor and Kimi winning this race. So it's Antonelli now, and it's great news for the Ferraris. And I wonder if we're going to see some awkward team situation with Leclerc asking to Hamilton to be moved out of the way. So Verstappen stalled and was on the radio saying, "What should I do?" And he was told, "Just bring it home, please, Max." I think that's going to be a retirement for Verstappen. And actually, a lot of cars box already. So a lot of cars, I think, are doing that one stop on the first lap. So Bottas, Bortoleto, Behrman have all done that. And I don't think Verstappen's going to be going anywhere. Verstappen not revving the car. I think Verstappen's done. Some issue with the engine or something. And just really not a good look for Formula One. Just embarrassing for Formula One, frankly, that, you know, they've decided to make the regulations so complicated, and we seem to have these issues with the cars. It's just not a good look. And we've been robbed, really, of a Verstappen-Antonelli battle, which is really what we want to see. We don't care most people don't care too much about, the technical regulations on the regen hybrid. We want to see drivers go head-to-head. So, yeah, I think we've been robbed of that. It was dangerous as well. It was very dangerous. And arguably, it's one of the most dangerous grids for that to happen. Because like I said, just in the seconds before I saw Verstappen installed, it's a curved grid. So all credits to the drivers. And I bet there'll be some onboards afterwards of drivers making very quick reactions as Verstappen is out of the car. Verstappen is out of the car. Yeah, all that stuff for qualifying, all that stuff turning up. And for Verstappen, it was a waste of time. Did not manage to go anywhere there. Just stalled on the grid. Antonelli over 2.5 on the... Well, 3... Oh my god. Antonelli 3 seconds up on the Ferraris. Now, this is going to be interesting. I think traffic is going to play a massive part here. Because the drivers... Oh, Russell false start out of position as well. Surely not bad to worse for Russell. Max said it saying, honestly sad. Kying Wise, Max last. Let me know your reaction in the chat. What's your reaction to that moment? So Verstappen stalling it on the grid. Bro gave me too much hope. Yeah, he's retired. Catch say there goes some massive excitement of Kimi versus Max. I agree. Papa Verstappen flying back to there. But I mean, Verstappen's just done a 24-hour race, although his car did break, to be fair. But here, the car can't even get started. Now, have a look at Alfonso. Alfonso's just boxed, right? Let's see where he... Has he going to be... Well, he started behind the Cadillacs, actually. And Behrman. But let's see where he comes out, if there's any kind of undercut of play. But I'm looking at that gap between Antonelli and Bottas, which is just going to close and close and close. Because believe it or not... Choose to believe me or not, surely that they've done their lap. Let's see. Yeah, 21 now. Now they've done a full lap. So it's about 5 seconds, 4 or 5 seconds a lap slower are Bortoleto and Bottas than Antonelli, who's just set the fastest lap previous time around. Not a good look for F1, Silver says. Captain, I feel like Max is being pushed closer and closer to leaving F1 in favour of Enduro. Yes, indeed. Verstappen's gone. Good job, F1 make. By the way, this stream is not like sponsored by Formula One. Like, we just tell it how it is. Like, I think this is we've been robbed here, and I think they got the regulations all wrong. I think that there was some arrogance with it. I think desperate for Audi to come in, etc. We didn't need Audi to come in. Pretty fine without them. But now Audi's come in, sponsoring Sky Sports. It's all like, you know, Cadillac would come in. Okay, they're like 5 seconds off the pace. Okay, great. I think we want to see drivers against drivers. That's always been, you know, it's MotoGP on today. That's always been the appeal of MotoGP, is riders against riders. So, but I don't want to. I'm not going to over talk it, because also that things can happen. But we were really looking forward to Kimi versus Max today. We were really looking forward to it. But we're getting a Kimi masterclass at the moment. Salami isn't going to see our comments. Who's Salami? Where's Verstappen? I've got some bad news for you, bro. Right, what happened at the start? So Verstappen, he did get going initially, but then stalled, and oh my goodness, that could have been a horrendous crash. We see at Monaco all the time, F2, F3, Porsche Super Cup. Even yesterday, Porsche Super Cup, at the first corner, big pile-ups. We see it at Macau, so all credit to the drivers. So it would have been Charles Leclerc who quickly avoided, and then George Russell, and all the cars filtered through. He was very smart. And Verstappen on the radio saying, yep, nice, completely guys, what the man.
Okay, crack on.
So, oh, goodness me. Penny for more thoughts there. Hadjar, meanwhile, is in P4, so it looks like the Red Bull did actually have maybe potential today, dare I say. Being up there, looking at Lando Norris to start. And Lando was saying George is outside his grid box. What's going on with... Oh my goodness. Lando and Pierre Gasly, as they overtook the stricken Max Verstappen left-hand side, it closed into a gap that just didn't seem like it was wide enough. Norris then got compromised, was pushed basically into the wall by Piastri, fair play Piastri, and then Gasly also overtook Norris going up the hill. Kind of crazy. No further investigation for George Russell. And now Perez is being investigated. No further investigation for Russell. That's interesting. Yeah, the live standings map is struggling, but the standings are working. So we can see Antonelli's kind of stabilised. By the way, interesting development here, because Hamilton's last lap was faster than Kimi's last lap. So either Kimi, let's be honest, is being told to maintain the gap, but also it could be that the Ferrari's coming into it. I wonder what it's like to be like on the grid at Monaco. What am I doing? I'm putting my clutch. Release the clutch, it goes, and you're looking. You must expect the acceleration, right? Like one of the fastest accelerating cars in the world. You drop the clutch and you expect it, and the car just splutters, and it must feel like you just. I don't know what it just must feel like, such a crash back to reality of not moving. If that makes sense. Deg is very high. People reporting Deg being high. Yeah, track map is frozen. Not much I can do about the moment, but we can see the standings here. And again, let's see what Hamilton does. Let's see what Kimi and Hamilton do on this lap. So Kimi, oh my goodness, 16 dead for Kimi, and a 16.5 for Hamilton. So Kimi half a second up on Hamilton that time around. And Charles Leclerc getting dropped here by Hamilton, by the way. Charles Leclerc is 4 seconds off Lewis Hamilton. Verstappen replied, the drivers haven't stopped on track. It's just frozen, but that's just the data coming from the track. So the drivers who have stopped are at the back. You can see Alfonso, Stroll, Bottas, Bortoletto and Behrman. And also Perez, to be fair. So Perez is let's see what he does this time around. It was 19.5 last time. So let's see what Perez does as he goes over the line. And we'll compare it with Antonelli, who's obviously leading the pace. Is it going to be around another 19.5? Ooh, that's interesting. Sergio Perez has a 17.8. That's only 2 seconds off Antonelli. So maybe the traffic isn't going to be such a big issue. And let's have a look what the Aston Martins... Oh my goodness, this is bad for the Astons. The Astons are a second a lap slower than the Cadillacs. I'll have to see what Bottas does as well. Welcome Matty and Marab as well. Any chance Max can come back? Max isn't... I don't know how to put this, but Max is not coming back. He's not coming back. So Hamilton is 5 seconds off Antonelli at the moment. Leclerc is 3.5 off Hamilton. Hadjar's 3 off Leclerc, so keep an eye on Hadjar. And then what about George Russell? If the Mercedes is so quick, what about George Russell there? As Leclerc did the 16.9 last time, so a little bit faster than Lewis Hamilton. Kimi's catching the Astons very quickly. Well, Oliver Behrman is 70 seconds behind, and the lap is only, let me get my maths right, 77 seconds? So we'll be 7 seconds away from Behrman catching. Verstappen has retired. Should I put it as a pinned comment? Or not, I don't know. off the start, which was very, very, very frustrating for Max, to say the least, and also very dangerous. So drive-through penalty for Perez, which is a real shame for Perez. He's doing really well, actually. False start, but nothing on George Russell, who Lando Norris was also kind of dobbing in and saying he was outside of his box. Maybe that's why they investigated, but it's a drive-through for Perez, so quite a significant penalty. That would completely ruin his race. It's not a stop-go, it is a drive-through. It's not a 5 seconds he can add on to a stop. He has to drive through the pits. So we'll see what happens there. Wigan Hamilton will win over Kimi through better team strategy. I'm not sure about that. I think this is going to be pure pace. I'm just interested to see what Russell's going to do. He's 2 seconds off Hadjar. Can Russell do a big undercut? I mean, he's got drivers behind him, though. It's very risky. Zap saying maybe looks like gearbox failure for Verstappen. I find it crazy. I mean, he's just done all these installation laps and has that issue at the race start. He was 2 millimeters off the line and gets a drive through. Is that for Sergio Perez? I mean, this is the driver that won 4 years ago here. Not going to be a good result. Hadjar lighting up the standings a little bit at 17.3. His fastest lap so far. That is a bit faster than George Russell, who's chasing him. Fingers crossed we'll get the... we'll get the track map. I'll keep an eye on it. But I think it's coming from the track data, which was a little bit spotty before as well. Let's cut my head off now. I've had a really aggressive haircut. Anyway, we've seen it before. Sometimes it comes back. So, what happened to Max? Retirement off the grid, stalled on the grid. Big accident was avoided. And Jared Eater saying king of the streets. You're talking about Kimi. So Kimi 4 seconds ahead of Hamilton, but that time Hamilton a little bit quicker than Kimi, and Leclerc basically the same time. So the Ferraris are there or thereabouts. So there's a nice gap between Leclerc and Hamilton, I would say, for Ferrari. They wouldn't want those two to be tripping over each other. George Russell surely must be trying to think how he's going to get P2 in this race. And Sergio Perez, not sure, has taken that drive-through yet, although he has been overtaken by both. How much does it cost you to do a drive-through at Monaco? Because you save turn 1, don't you? Maybe it's not the worst place to do a drive-through, you know? You don't do the last corner either. I wonder if Perez was too far out of his box on the right-hand side. He was trying to set a very aggressive start. Think Leclerc can catch Lewis? I'm not sure. Lewis seems to be on it here. Sorry, Sarah. Verstappen is not going to be back. Verstappen is not going to be back. Yeah, Rita, being a Max fan, not easy. We'll have a video coming out on Max later this week, I think. Right, Verstappen, yeah, you see there, it's listed as retired. He is out of the race. He ain't coming back.
Keep trying.
And Antonelli's last lap was an 18.2. I wonder if that's because he's been lapping drivers. Yes, he's been lapping Behrman, Bortoleto and Bottas. So he's been lapping drivers, that's why. Interesting also that Ocon's on the hard tyre. So Ocon has pitted and gone for hards. And he's also stayed ahead of all of that mess behind him. So Ocon on a very interesting strategy here. Keep an eye on Ocon. If Ocon can get in the points after a terrible qualifying, then that'd be pretty smart from Haas. Jai, the SF26 is good for battling, and also Hamilton is better than Kimi at wheel-to-wheel. Let's see, it's not really the circuit traditionally where you do go wheel-to-wheel. Kayan's sake, Kimi is going to win again. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be 5 out of 5. So Hülkenberg pitting now as well. Maybe he's been under pressure from Ocon. Let's see what Hülkenberg is going to go on to in terms of tyres. Softs or hards? Where's he going to go? Sizek saying poor Max. Yeah. Retired from the Nürburgring. Retiring here as well. Lee, Max needed the season to get the ego down a bit. I'm not sure you can say Max ever had a big ego. Like, it certainly didn't feel like he changed with all the success. Hulkenberg going on to that hard tyre as well. So the hard tyre for Hulkenberg, whereas the Astons went on to softs. And it's going to be Lance Stroll is next up for lapping, by the way. Professor Singer saying, I think Kimi can hold his own wheel-to-wheel. Well, we saw that in Montreal. Sarah Lewis is definitely doing his best today. Let's do a nations check, by the way. I want to see where you're watching from. Let's do a big nations check. Put your country in the chat. Jordan, I was late and surprised to see Max DNF so soon. He did start, and on the start, as the red lights went out, he stalled. He stalled. Looks like a gearbox failure. What's the drink? It's Coke or Pepsi, I can't remember. Blacken from Croatia, Michael from Australia, Professor USA, Scott Australia, Mosul Kenya, Sizek from London, Jamie Scotland, Captain UK, Connect from Nagaland, Darkson Colorado, SC England, Thanalim Kim UK, Mosul Kenya, Sarah from Lebanon, I think, Cameron from USA, Dominic UK, Kulud from Dubai, Jaya Abu Dhabi, Tenig from Korea, Maverick Italy, Yolanda Vestig from Netherlands, Soham India, Chauffeur USA, Lucky Czech Republic, Connors from the UK but in Germany on exercise of the British Army. Is there something going on I should know about? Should we be doing a current affairs stream after this? Kyung from Singapore, Kevin from Germany, Joan from Switzerland, Paul from Australia, Belarus in here, Czech Republic, no, Slovenia, Czech Republic, Star from Germany, Heitel from Brazil. Right, okay, so at the moment, Hamilton is closing the gap on Kimi Antonelli, 3.5 seconds. And I wonder if Leclerc is playing in formation. So I'm not sure exactly what the pit loss here, but if you take it normally about 20 seconds, Hamilton and Leclerc, so Hamilton's getting to the point where he could pit and come out P5 just behind George Russell. Now, whether that gets you anything, I don't know. But the rate Russell's going as they deal with traffic, maybe one of the Ferraris will think, well, I want to pit to get ahead of Russell. Hamilton, there's a lot of degradation on these tyres. The rears are very hot. That's what you get with the experience of Lewis Hamilton there. Liam from South Africa, Dewitt from India, Khalid Saudi Arabia, Omotok from Nigeria, Ronan Dublin, Hashmi from Mauritius, DMZ Zimbabwe, Simon from Romania as well. Welcome everyone. Connor says just training. Okay, we're okay. I thought it was all going to kick off. Both Williams with their lap times deleted. Maybe they're being a bit sneaky to kind of keep up, use up a few track cuts. Melody Bro, genuine question. I joined late. What happened to Max? Max stalled at the start and retired. He's out. Yeah, do hit the like button as well if you're enjoying it. Okay, so, oh my goodness, just 3 seconds now. Just 3 seconds. But remember, there's going to be some concertina between the front runners as they overtake traffic because Antonelli has just lapped Lance Stroll. And I'm trying to see what... Russell is also very close now to Isaac Hadjar within a second. And the field is massively spread, by the way. This is not... I don't know if there's a train anywhere, really. I don't think there's a train. It's very rare, Monaco. The field is so spread. We're only 17 laps in, and we've already lapped Behrman. And Behrman's probably going to get lapped at least a couple more times. Hadjar has front left graining, won't be out for much longer, I think. So that's from George Russell, who's behind Hadjar, looking at his tyres. So Russell reckons that Hadjar is going to dive into the pits. So we will see. Maybe it's going to be an interesting race when it comes to tyre strategy. Welcome Chester from Botswana. Professor's on board with Leclerc. He barely sees Hamilton. Track map is just... Track map will resync when the data comes through. If and when data comes through. But don't worry, we've got timings and I can let you know what's happening. I can describe anything that's going on. Because George Russell's very close to Hadjar now. Really tracking him. Not close enough to do an overtake, but probably about 5 or so car lengths back. So he's very much subject to Hadjar's pace. Welcome Mosul from Nairobi. Welcome to new subscribers as well. Oh my goodness. Please do subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Hopefully get to 139k. Okay, so the gap now, you see Hamilton's probably going through some of that traffic as well. Because 3.2 seconds is the gap. TV directors really want to look at Hadjar and George Russell. Welcome Dave from Ghana as well. Zach lives in Monaco. Zach, can we stay over next time? We'll do this live from Monaco. Oh my goodness, Hadjar's front left is massively graining. So if the tyres don't... Hadjar's tyres are way worse than George Russell's. This is not good news for George Russell, really, because I think he's probably just going to be held up by Hadjar. Hadjar's doing 18.3, so he's losing a second and a half, a lap, over what Kimi's doing, which is insane. How tall am I? About, you can see in the videos, I guess. Ethan. Bottas, we need to call the car and box his lap. So Bottas is retiring in the Cadillac. Cadillac honestly has seemed like a waste of time and energy and space in Formula 1 at the moment. Seem far too concerned with advertising and fashion and influencers and actually just, you know, being competitive. One absolute mess of a car that is, the Cadillac. Shambles. And Bottas retires. Yeah, gearbox issues it sounds like from Max. George says, George being asked, how much pace do you have in clear air? And he's saying at least a second. So I wonder if they're thinking about doing something funky with Russell, but they can't really box him because he's going to come out around Norris and Lawson. But it's not good news for Russell because he's subject to the Hadjar pace. As Anthony does a 19.9 first sector, which is very tidy in race conditions on worn mediums. That is an extremely tidy first sector with that amount of fuel in. We saw like 18.9s, didn't we, in qualifying, so right on the limit. These cars are substantially heavier at the moment. Cadillac and Aston fighting for P10, yeah. That's literally why I'm not buying an Aston Martin. Because, you know, that's why I'm sticking with Peugeot. Because if you look where Aston Martin are in the championship, I can't be associating with that brand. The map is on auto sync, so if and when data resumes into it, it will automatically refresh. Hadjar saying, "Oh my god, the engine braking is a joke. What's happening?" Hadjar's been on the radio a lot this weekend, and Hadjar saying, "First gear man not usable." So Hadjar's just around there. Thanks, Susie, for the £5. Much appreciated. Do put your claps in the chat there, everyone. I'm put a 10 out of 10. What's my favourite car brand? Well, I think it has to be Peugeot. We're just waiting for the day that Peugeot returns to Formula 1. Welcome, Joseph. This is JJ, Nigerian, but watching you from Nuremberg, Germany. Do you think Hamilton's a great chance of getting his F1 victory of the season here in Monaco? If Antonelli retires, otherwise I don't see it. Although Hamilton is getting to the point he could probably box and come out ahead of Hadjar. So maybe Hamilton could do some mad undercut if Leclerc plays ball with it. They're not Porsche, Peugeot, much more luxury brand. Yeah, these massive brands that have kind of like forced Formula 1 to lose identity, like Audi, Aston maybe, through Honda, Cadillac, have taken Formula 1 in a direction, or been part of the force taking a direction away from the fans, and they're rubbish. Who do we see at the top? It's the traditional teams. Mercedes, McLaren, Ferrari. Oh, thanks ISX for the recognition. 29 months to the member. Appreciate it, my friend. Some more 10s out of 10s there. Jordan, I think Cadillac will do better in future years. This season was just to get their feet wet. Yeah, but then I think it kind of should be conveyed as such. Like, hey, we're working it out before we put our own engine in. I just think, I don't know. I don't feel like Cadillac are building real fandom, which is insane because in WEC and IMSA, like, there are so many Cadillac fans because of the hypercar. Oh, thanks to the gifted as well, Size X. It's gone to Xavier McKnight. Chat, please put your claps in the chat there for the gifteds and the memberships and the donation. Some chef's kiss. Audi overperforming. I would say that Audi actually, given that they've got their own engine, I've been very impressed with how Audi have done at points this season. Professor is surprised how lonely Hamilton's race is. So Hadjar is 28 seconds behind Antonelli, which means that Hamilton is 22 seconds ahead of Hadjar. So if there's a time to do an undercut, Hamilton can do it. But a 6 second okay, this is what's going to be interesting. Maybe if Hamilton boxes now, he might come out ahead of Hadjar, and Kimi will box the next lap to cover the undercut. What that will do is that will promote Leclerc to the lead of the race. But Leclerc's kind of trapped, but it will promote him to the lead of the race. Verstappen retired, stalled the car at the beginning. Yeah, the map at the moment is just kind of frozen. There's nothing I can do about it, so if it comes back, it comes back. You think Kimi will become the next Lewis? I think Kimi could become the next Max, maybe, or Kimi could become the next real star of Formula 1. I can't say Formula E there. It'd be a big change. So Hamilton not boxing yet. Going around 17.2. Oh my goodness, a second slower than Kimi though. I think Kimi's got this fairly wrapped unless something very dramatic happens. So you got Kimi in the 16s. Hamilton and Leclerc normally in the 17s. Hadjar, oh my goodness, Hadjar is absolutely destroying George Russell's race here. Hadjar's car is a big problem. 19.4 for Hadjar, even though the likes of Ocon is in the 17s on those hard tyres. It's interesting from Ocon. That's very interesting pace. Hulkenberg also on a hard tyre and 18 dead. So maybe the hard tyre is what you want to go on. One thing about the Mercedes engine thing, I think it was a bit overblown, to be honest. Size X saying Kimi will win this year's Drivers' Championship. Pressing Hadjar's got an issue here, to say the least, and is absolutely destroying George Russell. Russell's 30 seconds behind. And again, he's about 6 car lengths behind Hadjar. I'll have a look in the hairpin, because if Hadjar's struggling with first gear, it will show in the hairpin. By the way, when Russell goes into the hairpin, so this is Russell's steering wheel, yeah? So when he goes into the hairpin, he goes like, he grabs it like that. He takes it like with his hand here. So he comes in, moves his hand, so he downshifts. So he's bang 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 first gear, takes his hand, rotates the car like that, and then comes back. It's kind of crazy. Verstappen's retired. Yeah, did Bottas, when he was reserve driver, was he training Kimi? George is really very close to Hadjar. Charles Leclerc, did he have a moment? Yep, he cut the Nouvelle chicane. Oh, very big tyre deg, it seems, on Leclerc's front right tyre. I wonder whether we're going to see reliability issues with all this kind of like, it's the twistiest track, isn't it? Not high speed, but maybe all this stop, start, slowing. The cars just don't look... I mean, if you think about some of the stuff we've seen, like Perez going into the pits in Montreal and his suspension just like breaking like it's made out of paper. Verstappen stalling today, like the cars just don't seem that impressive and then you look at next week, it'll be Le Mans, and you'll see like the hypercars do 24 hours. You'll see Cadillacs do 24 hours in Le Mans at the front of the field. Earl Bamber's got to do that. My mate Jack Aitken. Jordan says Cadillac, they borrowed from everyone this year but plan to roll out their own PU. Well, I thought they could have used more. I thought they could have used more Ferrari stuff like has to, but they didn't. Which to me, again, seems a bit maybe arrogant. That's how IndyCar drivers do the hairpin at Long Beach. Yeah, not something I do in the sim. And also not something you want to do if you're battling with someone or you're close, because if you well, I'll just show you something about. If you go like, if you're there now and if you get contact, because at some point he's one hand, and then at some point George Russell is holding the wheel like that in the hairpin. If I do it again in slow motion, so he turns in, grabs. He must have some shift protection. Oh, is he grabbing like that? He's grabbing it. And at this point, if you get any contact, you're kind of screwed. Yeah, the Cadillac Hypercar sounds better than Cadillac Formula 1 car. Put it like that. I don't think there's anyone in the world who disagree with that. Oh, George Russell tries to overtake Hadjar in the Nouvelle chicane. And then also around to back. So Russell's had enough of waiting, but obviously there's just no can do. George Russell is going to be furious with Hadjar. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets on the radio saying Hadjar needs to retire, the car's too slow or something. Rome wasn't built on a day, Cadillac didn't get an F1 stay at the back. Well, let's see. Let's see. I don't think anyone expected them to be 4 seconds of the pace when they've got the Ferrari engine. Oh my goodness, yeah, Hamilton 10 seconds off Kimi here. And Leclerc 4 seconds off Hamilton. Let's see what happens. No one in the top 13 has boxed yet. Papa, his elbows must be inside of the cockpit. They do have cutouts. They have little cutouts in the cockpit, so you can do that. Welcome to Nahan and Joe Unruh. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. So Russell still absolutely tailing Isaac Hadjar. But it's just not a circuit where you can overtake. It's just not possible. So what we're doing now is we're basically waiting for the first set of pit stops in the front runners. Antonelli can't really pit. It's too risky because of the safety car. I mean, safety cars, by the way, I haven't even thought about this yet. I've been thinking about traffic. But safety cars, if we expect more retirements, safety cars could be huge. And if you get caught out, now Ferrari can split strategies here. In fact, with Hadjar so far off, Hadjar's 27 seconds off Leclerc. It's insane. We're only 28 laps in. So Hadjar's so far off, Ferrari can really split strategies here and cover a safety car. Stay humble, hopes Hadjar gets podium. Ain't going to happen. I mean, Hadjar's just doing his own race, trying to get as many points as possible. He doesn't know anyone anything. Does Lewis have a chance? Safety cars and things like that could make it possible. But let's see. People are going very long. Who's going to blink first though? Because someone will blink and it will cause people ahead to box preemptively, not preemptively, the opposite, preemptively. Box to cover that off. So who's going to box first? Because Kimi could probably go all the way and just box on the last lap. Christopher, why do you insist Cadillac is so rubbish, but a classic team like Aston? If you rewind the stream, you'll hear me say Cadillac Aston. Talked about Aston as well. Hadjar just cut the chicane. Hadjar's doing everything to stay ahead of George Russell. Yeah, I don't think Hadjar's going to get the podium. Papa says we get criticised for criticising Aston too much. So we're doing a really good job because now we've been criticised for for Aston escaping our critique. And we've called for Adrian Newey to be replaced. I have videos on this channel saying Adrian Newey's a fraud. So to which is a little bit strong, I'll be honest. But to get a comment saying Aston's escaped our critique is perfect, because that means that we're being criticised by everyone, which means we're doing a good job. Box for Hamilton! Box, 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 Hamilton! Box for Hamilton for hard. Okay, so Hamilton's doing the strategy that I thought might work. So, is Leclerc, is Kimi going to box now to cover him off? Let's see. Yeah, everyone remember to hydrate who's watching. Have your hydration break. But, is Antonelli going to box now to cover, or will he play it cool? He's got time in the bank. Will he see how it's working with Hamilton on that tyre? Is Kimi going to box or go around again? Green sector, last sector, does that mean he dived in? Nope, I don't think so. Kimi goes around again. And Hamilton is 32. There's no rush. There's no rush for Kimi. There's no rush. Audi is surprisingly... Yeah, Audi got lucky first few races because they had one of their cars would retire, but they always had a car finishing, which was strong for Audi. So... I wonder if Antonelli... No. Let's see how the undercut goes, Hamilton. I wonder if Antonelli's going to stay out long enough to try and get to box, to build a gap to Leclerc before he's caught in pit stop range by Hamilton. But I think Kimi can just do what he wants here. Magda says, let's go Leclerc. Leclerc's in P2 at the moment. I like how everyone's kind of like a Ferrari fan at the moment. The map, bro, did it work? Did it go? So Hamilton blinks first. Good to see Hamilton and his engineer trying something different there. Jolie, what do you think? Where do you think Kimi will end up in a couple of years' time? I think he's going to win this year. I think he's champion-elect, as I've been saying. I mean, this is going to make it 5 wins in a row, which is kind of insane. Anyone in chat can teach me how to drive the F126 cars? Ah, Behrman retiring as well. That's interesting. So Bottas retiring, Behrman retiring. That's interesting. So why are so many cars retiring? Some missed retirements. Verstappen retiring as well. Who do you think will win? I think Anthony's got in the bag. Fastest first sector. So is this an in-lap? Is he using the last of his tyres here? SizeX is a Sir Lewis Hamilton fan, not a Ferrari fan. No, Leclerc hasn't pitted. You can see the tyres that people are on. So Leclerc hasn't pitted. And Bottas retired. Behrman's retired. Jolie's brother went to school with Kimi. Is that in Monaco? Oh no, Italy. I don't know why I said Monaco. Hadjar track limit at turn 10, which is a new chicane, lap 27. So that was when he cut it. Lap time deleted. Not that we'll care too much about it. And Professor saying Kimi looks like it's in a flow state. Christopher, do you think Lewis will get a win at some point this season? What's happened here with Bortoletto? Oh, Bortoletto. So it's Hulkenberg, yellow helmet. Cut the new chicane as well. Oh, and Albon was kissing the barriers out the swimming pool. I think maybe Lewis will get a win because I don't think the Mercedes are going to win all the races. You know, even the Red Bull that was super dominant in 23, Carlos Sainz still won in Singapore. So I think another team will get a win this season, and it looks like that will probably be Ferrari. And that would either be Leclerc or Hamilton. That's kind of how I look at it. So there's a good chance. Nora saying I got a lot of misfiring this lap, or just noise. Ambiguous message. As George Russell finally pits, so maybe he should have been braver and done this earlier, because he's just lost a phenomenal amount of time. Really bad. Italy were all good friends too, very nice. Pape, if you retire from a race early, when outside the top 10, it does save a lot of crucial engine components. Yeah, but then it's like, should every team who's out the points just retire? Or is really F1 a bit about sponsorship and like being on circuit? And you know, what do your sponsors think? Just imagine this. Let's say Ocon retires as well. What do all of Haas's, or let's say the other Cadillac retires, Perez. What do all of Cadillac's sponsors who've come here and are paying loads of money to be on the Cadillac, and Cadillac are hosting them on their yacht? How does that go down? Who is my favourite driver? I don't really have a favourite, but I'm liking what Kimi's doing as Hadjar boxed as well. Oh my god. Can you imagine if Hadjar is covered off Russell here? That would be insane. Bottas has retired. Bottas has retired. Confirmed Bottas has retired. 46 laps to go, by the way. Still a long time. SS, why can't Ferrari win a race? I literally just said I think they will win a race, my friend. Teams need to be punished if it's not due to mechanical failures. I mean, I think F1 would like that from a commercial perspective. They want to see cars on track. So Hadjar put the hards on. He'll come out behind Russell. No other changes for Hadjar, by the way, when he came in. It wasn't a long stop. Professor saying Kimi looking very comfortable getting by the back markers. Yeah, pretty comfortable by Russell. I say that was about second or two maybe. But exactly, that is a classic undercut. If you want the example of an undercut, George Russell's just done it. Oh, oh no. Oh no. Penalty, chat. Not good if you're a Tifosi fan. Anyone seen the penalty that's popped up? That is not going to be a popular penalty. How does that happen? Michael says they're going to rob Hamilton. There's a big penalty that's been awarded. Grid saying Lando's got no battery. You mean like from like a personal energy perspective? Got no battery on him, that guy. 5-second penalty for speeding in the pits for Sir Lewis Hamilton. Yes, indeed. 5-second penalty for Lewis Hamilton speeding in the pits. And I reckon that, well, to be fair, I reckon that will get added on at the end because there's no, it'll get added on the end, which may make no difference if he finishes in third. Or they may, if he's going to be in second, they may ask Leclerc to just hold back to preserve it. So a bit of a headache for Ferrari there. However, if there's a safety car and you need to pit in an emergency situation, that 5 seconds is going to kill you. So maybe, I don't know. Ferrari's just so far ahead here of Piastri. I'm not sure it's that relevant. I mean, Hamilton is 24 seconds ahead of Piastri, and Piastri hasn't even boxed. So Piastri's got to add a pit stop onto that. Maybe if you're Hamilton, you just pit and take it. I don't know. Well, I doubt we'll be too concerned about it. Because Lando went straight through the Newville chicane. Captain, do they flip limiter off? Yeah, potentially. I mean, this is actually Lewis Hamilton's wheel from a couple of years ago. And, you know, pit limiter might be one of these or something. It's amazing, really, how, you know, you see some wheels, GT wheels, that have big, rounded indents. As far as I can tell, this is the same as the Mercedes wheel. So, I mean, we've all done it. You hit the limiter button too early. I've done it at Silverstone. As long as you make sure that you don't hit the WhatsApp button too early. That's the main thing. 16.2, yeah, 6.1 for Antonio. Leclerc does box now, by the way. So we'll come out quite a bit behind Hamilton. So let's see where exactly Leclerc is. This is a SimLab AMG sim racing Formula 1 wheel. So you can actually use this to sim race. Like, this works. This is not a toy. This is not a toy. This isn't designed to be on a shelf. Like, this is actually a fully functioning wheel with a screen that works. Clutch, shifters, buttons on the back, rev bar, the whole thing. Everyone baller until they call the WhatsApp group mid-race. Yeah. The only sticker I put on this wheel was a WhatsApp button. You know what I'm like. I unboxed it. I looked at the stickers. I'm like, I'm going to put the WhatsApp one up. So Leclerc boxes now, and he is, as Colapinto also jumps in the pits. So Leclerc is 12 seconds behind Hamilton. Hamilton, remember, has a 5-second penalty. Leclerc's on 7-lap fresher tyres. But let's see how that works out. Meanwhile, George Russell... Oh, this is going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting. Yeah, their wheel is very expensive. What I'm looking at here is Gasly, Norris, Russell. Because Gasly, Norris, Russell are separated by about 5 seconds. So then maybe the minimap did a Max Verstappen. It's stalled. So Russell's going to have to get past Lando and Gasly here. Unless, very luckily for him, they box. Also, Hulkenberg. Look at Sainz, Lindblad, Hulkenberg. Oh, Russell speeding in the pit lane investigation. Maybe the transponder doesn't line up with the line or something. Because if I was a mechanic now, I would say to my driver, hey, just so you know, Hamilton's got a penalty for speeding. Russell's under investigation. Just give yourself a little bit of margin. As Antonelli pits, I tell Antonelli, Kimi, just give yourself a bit of margin. Like, just do it half a second later. It's not worth it. So Kimi is coming out. Because I wonder if maybe the rear wheels or something are like, I don't know. It's so when you're there, you hate being on the limiter. You just want to press the button and go off the limiter. Captain Kimi called for box on comms. So Kimi comes out then on hard tyres. Oh my days! 5-second penalty for Russell as well. Comms literally had that conversation. Yeah, if I'm a team radio dude now, I'm saying to my driver, give yourself half a second on exit. Like, 2 drivers have got pit limiter issues. There might be a problem. Just give yourself a bit of margin. We can gain some positions here. Like, if the other drivers get them. Russell, 5-second penalty. Oh, he's going to end up behind Hadjar if he's not careful. No, I doubt it. Hadjar's 12 seconds off. Yeah, Evans, you're correct. Lewis did speed in the pit lane. By the way, if you're enjoying the stream, do hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed already. Really appreciate it. And on the like front, we're doing good on likes, 359. Maybe we do some more likes there. So yeah, George Russell is going to take 5 seconds at the end. At the moment, that's not going to affect him. But he's now a second behind Lando. And Lando's all over Gasly. Lando's all over Gasly. Oh, well, can you overtake at Monaco? We're about to find out. Christopher says Kimi's going to start lapping in the 1 minute 15s. Yeah, but let's be honest about the Kimi Max. Max was just going to go backwards, it seems. So, you know, Max was never going to catch Kimi. I mean, what we might have seen, what we were robbed of, is Kimi getting a bad start and being behind Max, and how that works. That we'll never know. We'll never know. So Lando's all over Pierre Gasly, but Gasly can defend for the rest of the day here, frankly. Welcome Ebe and Jitendra as well. Yeah, Gasly, Lando and George Russell are all very close now, and I think they're approaching lap traffic. And Kimi, by the way, is going to be lapping P9 next in terms of Liam Lawson. By the way, there's some of these mechanics. Look at the barriers at Monaco; they're very low, and you have mechanics who just stand there with no gate, and it's all like, oh, it's cool because the cars are low down. If these cars make contact and ride each other and fly up, you're going to decapitate a marshal. I think it's a very low risk, but the consequence of it would be very high. Like if If they make contact coming in and they end up upside down, you're not going to have time to move out of the way. Welcome back, Yolanda Versteeg. So Gasly, Norris, Russell is the battle here. So we're in a Pierre Gasly train in the Alpine. Gasly's going to want to hold on to this train, although Russell's already boxed. He's going to be losing time to Hadjar. Oh, lap car's getting out of the way. I think it was Sergio maybe it's Bortoletto who's in last place. The fence, but there is no fence. It's just railing. Like they just stand like right, but like in the tunnel they'll be standing there. Yeah, carbon shrapnel. It makes me a bit uncomfortable. It's particularly at Casino. So at Casino on the apex, they're just standing there. But let's see what happens. Welcome, Mr. F1. Good to see you. Pole on qualifying is basically a win. Yeah, tends to be. Christopher says, fair enough. Yeah, the Mercedes have been self-lying. Could have had Max overtake turn 1. But like I said, we'll never know. Yeah, we'll never know. Being robbed of it. There we go. Still Gasly, Lando, and George Russell. And even Bortoletto was like off the back of it for a while because they're running so close. Grid story, when you go to Monaco, I've been quite a few times actually. For example, last year. Should they add BMW as a team? BMW's tried, it's been there. Let them try and do stuff with their hypercar, I'd say. And the M3 Speedwagon. Oh, Perez blocking George Russell, won't be too happy about it. Captain says George Russell, I haters don't like it. He might not like being in the traffic. Cola Pinto investigation speeding in the pit lane. I've never seen so many drivers get a speeding in the pit lane, which makes me think Colapinto definitely should have been warned. Although Colapinto boxed after he would have known. Yeah, he should have been warned and should have had some margin. Yeah, if something's up with the pit lane sensor, you gotta just don't risk it. Like you can completely de-risk it and you'll lose like 2/10. I just don't think at Monaco it's going to matter here when you're Colapinto, you end up in traffic. Unless it's undercut for position. By the way, if it's undercut for position, here's the other interesting thing, right? So let's say I've come out of the pits. Let's say my tyres have been changed and I'm coming out of my box. I'm in the pit lane. If I'm going to get a 5-second penalty, I may as well take it off now at the beginning of the pit lane. And I may as well go 200 miles an hour through the pit lane, get my undercut and take the 5-second penalty. You gain more than 5 seconds. There we go. Colapinto has got that penalty now. That's 3 penalties for speeding in the pit lane. Lando being told, Lando, we want to do the holding strategy on Russell. We want to build up the seconds over the next few laps. Why is that? Where's Gasly gone? Why is Lando 3 seconds behind Gasly now? I know what's going on here. This is very interesting. Has anyone worked this out? Lando's holding up Russell so Russell can't get Oscar. Lando's playing the team game here. Lando's playing the team game. Look at that. Lando's doing 1 minute 20s. This is very unsporting and very dramatic, and I like it. This is going to annoy George Russell a lot. Norris on the radio saying Norris is backing me. Russell's on the radio saying Norris is backing me up. Yeah, he can say hello to his best mate Isaac Hadjar. Can you imagine if Hadjar takes Russell out? Oh my days. Oh my days. A2 Lando, George is probably saying in his cockpit right about now. Lando is absolutely stuffing George Russell here. But you know what? He probably owes Oscar Piastri for shenanigans last season. So you get some kudos back. Good job, Lando. Lando being told, back to normal pace, just hold this gap to Gasly. Well, it's pretty black and white there that he drove deliberately slowly, which I don't like. I mean, imagine in football you were told, oh, for the next 3 minutes, don't defend. Don't defend, Lando. and the opposition scores 3 goals, and then another team gets relegated because of goal difference or something, that'd be a scandal in other sports. I mean, Formula 1 is not a scandal. It's just like how it is. What I would do, okay, this is my racing driver background. If I know Lando's driving 3 seconds lap slower, if I'm George Russell, I'm going to cut the Nouvelle chicane and say Lando had a problem. He was driving 3 seconds a lap slower, so I cut the chicane to get past this stricken car. That's what I would do. And then what's going to happen? Either going to be told to give it back, or... Again, what if you get a 5-second penalty? Oh, another Russell incident. Crossing the line at pit exit. Remember, George Russell's got a 5-second penalty here still, hanging over him. George Russell's racking up these incidents. He's going to be a very angry person. This is the start of Russell's villain arc. Has anyone seen that photo where he's in the background of an Antonelli shot? Jordan says, good job, Lando. Points for Lando. Silver, there's a difference between new F1 and old F1, no real controversy. Jolie said there's 3 people who got speed and there's something wrong. Well, Russell didn't speed on the exit, he crossed the pit line, it looks like. What's going on with Russell? I think he's just mentally cooked, maybe. Yeah, let's try and get to 500 likes. Hit the like button right now. And also hit the subscribe button if not subscribed. We've got 2,000 people watching. So we should definitely have 2,000 likes. We can do it. We can do it. Oh, Lando boxes. Lando boxes. Lando boxes. So he just slowed Russell down for a bit. So now Russell's 4 seconds off Gasly. And about 12 seconds or something off Piastri there. Meanwhile, did Liam Lawson just undercut Lando Norris? Did Liam Lawson undercut Lando? No way. No way. No. Lando's retired, right? Lando's retired. Lando's retired? I think Lando's retired. That is that's very controversial, actually, because if Lando knew he was Lando has retired. If Lando knew he was retiring, to drive slowly to just hold up George Russell, how do you explain that to your kids? Oh, Lando Norris is world champion, he's a great role model. Dad, why is Lando driving 3 seconds slower and just retired? Oh, well, he's just holding up George Russell. Isn't that unfair? Isn't that unsporting? Well, yeah, but... Sometimes I just think about how do I explain this to my children? I just think that's probably not cool. We don't need to overthink it. That's probably just not a good thing. Unsportsmanlike TBH. Professor has power issues. Yeah, but if they knew they were going to retire him, is it sporting to deliberately drive slow a few laps? But then they said to him, and if they get investigated, this will be the thing. They said to Lando on the radio, okay, back to full pace now, Lando. Imagine getting points and being a whole lap behind. Well, it's not the first time this season, my friend. Just like real life sim racing. In real life sim racing, you get absolutely annihilated by the guy behind. I'm not sure. I don't think it's a good look. I don't think it's a good look, frankly. Russell's now... Also, I'm not really sure what it achieved, because Piastri's got a box. Yes, Russell's got the 5-second penalty, but Piastri's got a box, so I don't even think it's going to be close. But I mean, unless it's a safety car or something. But Anthony, by the way, 15.5 fastest lap. Papa says, with the new cars, 2025 season results like Lando World Champion are non-related to how 2026 performs. Russell's second penalty is not confirmed yet, as far as I know, by the way. No, Kimi's boxed. The only drivers who need to box are Oscar Piastri, Carlos Sainz, and Lindblad. I think that's it. I think that's it, because Alfonso and Stroll boxed really early. Dad with the drone says, I think it's honestly just classified as strategy. Then us do it. Rob Craig says, welcome to Monaco, dodgy business. Yeah, that's what you explain to kids, like, it's Monaco. It's all like, it's all, you know, but they don't pay any tax either. That's what you say to your kids. You think that's bad? Guess where Lando lives? Just Monaco things. And I love it, as you can see. Christopher Hadjar is now within penalty range. Can you imagine if Hadjar finishes ahead of George Russell? George Russell's going to explode. I'm going to hear it here from London. Guest 3, can anyone update me, please? It's been quite a fun race, to be fair. Even Lance Stroll's just getting black and white flags now. There is an Albon train. There's an Albon train, which is interesting because he's on soft tyres, so he should be fairly quick there. But there is an Albon train happening. They're all after that point. By the way, Hadjar might be within penalty range, but I think Russell's going to clear off here. And I think he's going to... Piastri's going to have to box. Piastri's just waiting for a safety car. Piastri's waiting for a safety car. Yeah, the map's just like... The map's just having a nap right now. Yeah, why is Albon gone on soft tyres, by the way? Lawson on soft tyres. Tell you what, Lawson... Oh, Lindblad overtakes Albon. There's been an overtake. There's been an overtake somewhere. And has it happened in Anthony Noakes? No, swapped around again. Surely they're not going side by side. Surely it's just a transponder issue. I think it must have been a transponder issue. Oh, no, I tell you what. No. Lindblad went round the outside of Albon on the start-finish straight, but then how did Albon get back? No, he didn't. He didn't. So Lindblad overtook Albon out of Anthony Noakes. Fantastic. Might have been some battery differential, but that is a genuine overtake at Monaco. Down the start-finish straight, Lindblad ran the outside. Can we clap it up for Arvid Lindblad, please, in the chat for actually getting an overtake done at Monaco? Who's doing the shots? Someone said they're doing shots every time there's an overtake, an actual overtake. Yeah, Oscar pitting now. So Russell is 44 seconds behind Leclerc. So Russell's I think Russell's finishing P4. Yeah, Albon was under pressure, cutting the pits and everything. It's funny how Albon's struggling on the soft tyre. Papa says, yeah, baby, first shot. Courtesy of Arvid Lindblad. Yolanda's clapping up as well. Yeah, great to see. Great exit from Anthony Noakes. I wonder if we should keep these videos every watch along. It's kind of fun. Crazy P4 is getting blue flag. No way. No way is Kimi lapping George Russell. Oh my days. I think we have to pour one out for George Russell here. Chat. Let's pour one out. Can everyone pour one out in the chat for George Russell? What am I going to pour out? Just water. Pour one out for George Russell here. Kimi is going to lap George Russell. Leclerc in penalty range to Hamilton. Thanks, German Kiwi. Yeah, pretty embarrassing. Oh, Kimi's going to lap George Russell. I might have to make a video on that. I already have. I've already said earlier how I just think Kimi's going to... He's a kryptonite to George Russell. He's been observing what George Russell's done last season. Welcome Miwalim and Philip McNaught. Paul says George will be crying in his helmet. I think he'll be very frustrated. Size X is pouring one out. When do you think Lewis will return to Mercedes? Maybe as an ambassador. Lando retired after holding up Russell, which has contributed maybe to Russell getting lapped. 138666, by the way. Keep subscribing. Maybe we'll get to 139. Kimi is not holding up. 19.8 first sector. Somehow a purple sector, even though all of the lines are yellow, which I don't understand. Oh my days. Another speeding in the pit lane. Gasly. Do you think it's on the way in, maybe? Do you think maybe it's on the way in? That'll be number 4. Should be drink every time someone gets a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Jordan says, George Russell is great, but Kimi is one generation. Arguably, George Russell's just not that great. Just saying. Just saying. So given that Antonelli is doing a 1 minute 15.5, and given that George Russell is 1 minute 14.3 ahead of him, I would say that Kimi is about to lap George Russell. And we're going to see the 1L, which is appropriate. Jan van Vettegem, the race has started with 53 laps in, my friend. And confirmed for Gasly. He was having a good race. That could be important for Gasly. It's going to bring Lawson closer. Antonelli surely is lapping George Russell right about now. What if they come together? No, they'll never come together. They'll never. That would be front page news. They'll never come together. 16.2 last round for Antonelli. Is George holding him up? There was a Williams in the way, weirdly. I think Albon is also in the mix there. Gas needs a lawyer. Don't worry, we thought we were going to go live an hour early. Has George been lapped yet? Let's see. It will show when George goes over the line. No, George Russell hasn't been lapped yet. So how has George Russell not been lapped? And now Anthony 6.7. Maybe this is a bit spicy. Yeah, they're going to rob Hamilton of PT. Now, Charles Leclerc does as fast as that, 15.9. That's almost a second quicker than Antonelli. Not that it's going to make... I mean, technically, that could make a difference. But surely George Russell's going to get out of the way here. Professor saying Kimi is behind still. What's the body language saying? What's the body language saying? Husing says Anthony is literally dominating everyone. Is Russell sprinkling some purples in there? Is that because he's behind and getting slipstream now? Has Russell been lapped? Has Russell been lapped? That's the question. As Kimi goes over 50.8, surely Russell's been lapped now. No, weirdly. How is Russell not being lapped? What's going on here? What's happening? Russell got blue flag here. He must be getting a ton of blue flags. Is he just being... What's he doing? Is he just not pulling over? Paul Buckley, post-race interviews, George Stewart will blame everything until not getting podium. 5-second penalty for Lance Stroll, by the way. Oh my goodness, Piastri speeding in the pit lane. I'm sorry, if I was a team engineer here, my driver is not getting a penalty. Maybe they're on kilometers per hour or something, and not miles an hour. People are jumping out of Russell's way thinking it's Kimi. Russell's been lapped. Welcome, Briarwood, good to see you. Russell's been lapped. Liam Bradley Duplessis, do you think Lewis will make a comeback this season? I think you're witnessing the comeback. This might be the kind of peak of the comeback. I mean, clearly Hamilton can still compete at the front of the grid, which is pretty cool, I would say. That's pretty cool. Right, now Kimi's been unleashed. 14.9. Russell's been lapped. I don't think Kimi's going to lap the Ferraris. But he's going almost 2 seconds... Well, that's quite a second lap slower, or faster. So did George Russell cross the white line at pit exit? Remember, he was... No, he wasn't doing the Hadjar thing. He was trying to do the undercut. Oh, he had his... Oh, he didn't... You know what? the penalty for George Russell is called crossing the white line. His tyres did not cross the white line, they went onto the white line. What I saw anyway. Piastri gets a penalty. That's penalty number 5 for speeding in the pit lane. Speeding tickets. Willie says Kim K is the best thing to happen to Lewis in years. She's made him happy in life and it's showing on the track. Never thought I'd say that, but she has helped him with being happy at the track again. Maybe Lewis owes all his success to Kim K, whoever that is. Professor, that's got to feel pretty horrible for Russell. Silver saying Hamilton is class. Yeah, I think pretty tough for Russell here. Pretty tough. So much lapping going on for Kimi as well. Bortoleto must be almost 3 laps done, surely. How do you find community lead to race level 25? You can try our Discord, www.simracingdiscord.com. Yeah, so Russell, no further investigation for crossing the pit lane. I don't think he crossed it. I think his tyres went onto it. Welcome, Yansu. Christopher says, Anthony Leclerc, Hamilton, Russell, top 4 pretty much decided. Well, let's see. Anthony, Kimi, that looked like a small D-rate up the hill. Don't worry about it. Ooh. Well, then don't tell him. Or just say, Kireth, everything's good, Kimi, don't worry. Actually, maybe I say maybe I shouldn't be a team engineer. Maybe I shouldn't. Muad, Antonelli reporting something wrong with the engine. Yeah, sounds like a D-rate. Lando and Verstappen out. Yeah, Lando and Verstappen out. I mean, what big news that would have been last season. Can you imagine? Last season that would have decided the title. Or it would have been insane that they both went out. Priceless, my PC can still handle racing sims. Game Pass is simple for me. I tried iRacing, it's too strict. Yeah, but if you can get into iRacing, it's great. MV3 or LH44. Both great drivers, I think. Are Ferrari using that? What a username? China Mumbles Emmanuel. They're not using that 360 one, I think. Okay, so 21 laps to go. Not expecting any pit stops, even if they're... Well, unless, if there's a safety car, we'll see. If there happens to be a safety car and there's a bit of a scramble... I've seen it before. I've seen it many times at Monaco. I've seen it in person even. Drivers getting robbed. Because if you imagine now... Actually, no, Kimi can't... No, this is insane. Kimi can't get robbed. If there's a safety car now, Kimi does put softs on. It's not like Kimi's like, oh, I've got to stay out, and Hamilton maybe puts softs on. As Albon overtakes Sainz. Is that a team swap, maybe? I'm not sure that's a drink. I think that might have been a team order situation. Yeah, no further investigation. Russell's, Yolanda Vestig says. CR7 or LM10 in football? I think I've got to go Ronaldo. I have seen both of them play in person. And I saw Ronaldo in like 2013, 2014 at his peak. And it was just like, at Real Madrid, just ridiculous. I think that season he scored like, that year he scored like 70 goals or something. He scored 2 in the match I went to. Leclerc to Rob Hamilton, can't believe it. Yeah, unless Ferrari do a like team order situation. Yeah, Alex Albon now setting his fast lap, so that must have been a team swap situation, I would say. Oh my goodness me, Leclerc almost hit the barrier. In fact, he even looked at his tyre afterwards. Leclerc, oh, he did hit the barrier! He did hit the barrier! Coming out Nouvelle Chicane. Kind of, oh my god! Keep an eye on his lap times, because that's insane. Very similar to how... In fact, that looked more consequential than Bortoleto hitting the barrier on the way into the Nouvelle Chicane. I'd be amazed if there's no damage on that car. I would be shocked if there's no damage on that car. Keep an eye on those lap times. I'd be shocked. That was unnecessarily risky from Leclerc, who was 46 seconds ahead. Because that could have been suspension failure. I'd be very uncomfortable driving that car now. Like, thinking, oh, that's just Monaco. That's just Monaco. Russell P4. Yeah, and if that... Oh, yellow flag, yellow safety car. Don't tell me it's Leclerc. Don't tell me it's Leclerc. Right, so what's going to happen here? I think Kimi boxes for softs. Is it Bortoletti? Is it Stroll? Oh. Ah. Lance Stroll in the barriers. I think Anthony Nogues. He's driven straight into the barrier. So, what's going to happen here? Is Kimi going to box? No, Kimi's 40 seconds ahead. Jesus, man. Jesus. 40 seconds ahead. We didn't see this in the Max Verstappen domination years recently. 42 seconds at Monaco. At Monaco. God, Formula 1 has got a big problem here. Formula 1's got a big problem. 40 seconds ahead at Monaco. You can pretend all you want, but that's a big problem. Yeah, Stroll, Anthony Nogues. They'll put it in a safety car. They'll be able to recover that, I think, fairly quickly. There's a metal barrier there, so we'll see. So both Ferraris box. Oh, people will take penalties. Hamilton's going to come out behind Leclerc. Oh, no, he's going to stack. No. Leclerc's going to have to wait in the pits, isn't he? Because he was less than 5 seconds behind, and Hamilton had to take 5 seconds. Did they touch the car? So surely Leclerc stacks. Yeah, Leclerc was just chilling. Leclerc had to wait. So that's worked out quite nicely for Ferrari because, you know, it makes it less awkward. It makes it less awkward for them. There's absolutely no rush for Ferrari there. So that makes sense. You can say Paul. I don't think it is Paul Leclerc. I think it's like that's worked itself out quite elegantly for Ferrari, I'd say. The question is Kimi going to box? Kimi's almost lapped the leaders now. Yeah, Kimi boxes now. That would be insane if Kimi had ended up lapping the Ferraris. Oh my god. Kimi was only 10 seconds off lapping Charles Leclerc. All cars are going through the pit lane anyway as they recover Lance Stroll's Aston Martin and Anthony Nogues. Probably this has worked out quite well for some other people, I'd say. No one... Oh yeah, sorry, Lindblad. It's worked out great for Lindblad because Lindblad hadn't boxed yet. Don't tell me Hadjar's overtaken George Russell. Because Russell's taken the penalty. Oh my days. No way. Don't tell me Hadjar's now ahead of George Russell. And don't tell me Hadjar's put on 28 scrubbed hard tyres. Oh, no. Hadjar hasn't boxed. Hadjar hasn't boxed. They're just going through the pit lane. They're just going through the pit lane. Not everyone's actually boxing. Lindblad's boxing because he's got to. But not everyone's... They're just going through the pit lane. So how's Hadjar ended up at... Welcome, Katarina Fisk. How's Hadjar ended up ahead of Russell? Because Russell hasn't boxed. How's that happen? I know I meant to know these things. I meant to be guiding you through, but honestly, I really don't know how that's happened. Very weird crash from Lance Stroll. Arguably looks like a failure. And also, there could be something wrong with the car. What was Kimi up to? Oh, did Kimi go through when he was not meant to? Did Kimi go through when he was meant to go through pit lane? Ooh. Kimi could be in a little bit of trouble here. Now, are they going to let all lap cars unlap themselves? Or any cars unlap themselves? Hamilton's ahead because they literally stacked the Ferrari, so Hamilton took his penalty with Leclerc sitting behind him. But the one I'm interested to know is how has Hadjar got ahead of George Russell? Can anyone tell me how Hadjar's got ahead of George Russell? Safety car used and start finish straight now, so Stroll's car's been recovered. Yeah. Also, why the hell is Lindblad not pitted? Oh, no, sorry. Okay, Lindblad pitted like really early on then. But he's on 60 lap old mediums. Ooh, okay, that's going to be interesting. That's going to be interesting. Hey, I was saying all along a safety car would make this quite interesting. So I don't know how Russell's dropped off that much. But neither of them changed tyres. I don't think Hadjar or Russell changed tyres unless they both gone on scrubbed tyres. I don't think they changed them. I think they went through the pit lane. Or maybe if you're going through the pit lane, you may as well stop tyres, because it only takes you a few seconds more. I don't know. No, I think Lindblad can go to the end because his tyres are 60 laps old, but we're 63 laps into the race. So he must have been one of those ones who stopped really early on. And it looks like... Oh, this is quite interesting. Ah, this is quite interesting. It looks like lap cars are getting out of the way, maybe. Well, let's see. No, actually, no. Hamilton's 13 seconds behind Anthony. Let's see what happens there. So what happened with George Russell? George Russell went into the box. Did he have a 5-second penalty? Oh! Oh my days! No way! No way! You're not going to believe this. Do you want to know what happened? Do you want to know what happened? So Kimi had lapped George Russell just previously. And they might regret doing that now. Because Kimi boxed. Kimi's completely screwed over George Russell here. So Kimi boxed. And he's just lapped George Russell. So George Russell's sitting behind him in the pits, waiting. Kimi gets his tyres changed. I think a fairly tardy stop. As Russell's waiting, Hadjar boxes, changes, and goes out ahead of him. So Russell getting lapped has lost him a position against Hadjar. Oh my days. In fact, I don't even think Hadjar boxed. Hadjar just went through the pits. It's just madness from Mercedes. Like, they had so much time to box both of those cars. They could have unlapped George, because Kimi had loads of time. They could have unlapped George. Oh, my days. Russell's having a really, really bad day, yeah. If you think you're having a bad day, or if you have a bad day this week, honestly, just think back to me now and just think back, at least it's not as bad as George Russell on Sunday in Monaco. And it'll make you feel a little bit better. Because he's really having a bad day. He's having a terrible day. I think he did serve the penalty as well. I think he did serve the penalty. It's just a long goal stop. Michael says, so much respect lost for Charles. Why? Yeah, the whole grid is unlapping now as well. So now you can see... So, by the way, it's reset. The whole race is... We are basically where we were on lap 1, just minus Verstappen and Norris few people, because Hamilton is right behind Antonelli. Gabriella says, Russell says, scandalous. That sounds a bit like... That sounds very interesting. Blacker, we need to get rid of Leclerc and your predictions will be right. Were you saying Hadjar on podium? Oh my days, can you imagine if Hadjar gets on the podium here? That'd be fantastic for Hadjar. He wanted to rob Hamilton on the pit by staying out rather than double stacking. I don't understand. I don't get it. Michael's lost track of how Hadjar's got ahead of Russell. I explained it was a bit complicated, but basically Kimmy messed up for George. Right. Yeah, George Russell's stop was a 5.5, which makes no sense according to anything, because 5.5 seconds, because he had to take 5 seconds penalty, right? Safety car's ending, and George Russell's unlapping himself. It's all a bit messy, I think. Also, the TV director's not showing Antonelli, so safety car is ending. Yeah, the 5 second penalty, but why is it a 5.5 second stop then? Surely it should be at least like a 7.2 second stop. Or it should be a 2.2 second stop with penalty separate or something, I don't know. It's just a long stop then. It's just a disaster. And that's even before he got to the box. Just a complete mess. Because I was saying earlier, it doesn't matter about 5 second penalty, he's going to be clear of Hadjar. And somehow he's still behind Hadjar. Why is Leclerc showing no speed? What's happened to Leclerc? Oh my god, no, don't say it. Don't say it. What's happened to Leclerc here? I think this is a disaster. I think this is a disaster for Leclerc. Don't tell me Anthony Nogues. Oh my, no. I think he just been, oh my god. I wonder if that's connected to him hitting the front left out of Nouvelle Chicane. We're going to have another safety car here. Yeah, I saw when Lance Stroll crashed, it looked like the front right actually kind of like didn't have was kind of lifted up, like a little bump or something. And so he just went straight into the barrier, which why I said, oh, it might be a failure. Oh my god. Well, Hadjar. If you're Isaac Hadjar, right, on board with Charles Leclerc, what happened? So he went through Rascasse. Was it turning okay? Obviously, everyone's like on the button where he wants to go. Oh my god, looks like a real error. So it looks like a real failure because he was turning the car and the car wasn't turning. He said, honestly, I'm not even going to take blame these brakes. But I wonder if he should take the blame because I wonder if he hit the barrier and that's why. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, some kind of failure. The front left was definitely I'm not sure the front right was turning. I wonder if that's connected to the crash he had. Because as soon as I saw that crash, hitting the barrier, I was like, that is... I'd be really worried. Someone go back and find out. I'd be really worried if I'm Charles Leclerc right now. Driving around with that. So everyone's going through the pits again. Hadjar's in B3. By the way, they've already recovered that car. That car is outside. Very, very, very quick. But yeah, to be fair, I don't think that's got to do with regen. Like, they're not even running front axle regen, actually. Unlike Formula E. Will Oscar make a comeback? Yeah, Williams in the points. Look at the drivers out. Leclerc, Norris, Verstappen. Yeah, Hamilton served it. Welcome, Xavier McKnight. Yeah, remember me saying it. Yeah. Honestly, as soon as I saw that, I was like, I would not be comfortable driving that car anymore around here because I know that's a big hit. But that was front left. That was front left. And after we saw Bortoleto yesterday getting us out of qualifying, and I'm not a lip reader, but I can tell you, Charles Leclerc is saying, I told you, 2 times, I told you. Right, safety car, 12 laps to go. Welcome, Emma, new baby brother, congratulations. Chill saying Mercedes are going to win. Well, Gasly P5, by the way. Good for the RBs as well. Yeah, something happened with that car, I think it. Incident involving Russell. Failure to serve time penalty correctly. I'm telling you, how can it say 5.5 second stop when you have a 5-second penalty? It makes no sense either which way you slice and dice it. Come on, George. Oh, red flag! Red flag, race suspended. Put your red flag emojis in the chat now. Put your red flag emojis in. Put something red in the chat. Red flag. Red flag. Red flag. Could it be that I think Leclerc and Stroll hit the same piece of barrier? Oh, don't tell me it's going to be a lengthy barrier repair. That's what the barrier looks like. It's basically almost exactly there. In fact, you look behind me. Well, a bit further back anyway. I think George Russell, when he was stacking... Oh... I think George Russell was blocking the pit lane when he was stacking. There we go. We can see it's a red flag. I think George Russell was blocking the Gasly under invest. Oh, mate. Was that literally going through the pit lane? Gasly penalty. Penalty number 6. Drink. Drink. Who's playing drink every time someone speeds? Nice one, Papa AL. It's been a great race for us to watch together, isn't it? It's been a lot of fun. I've enjoyed this. This is more fun than being in Monaco. Well, actually, no, Monaco, to be fair, being in Monaco is fun. This is also fun. Black is pouring one out. Professor, I don't know if it can continue. Red flag. Actually eventful Monaco. Yeah, people say, oh, Monaco is really boring, isn't it? I think people who want to be snobby about Formula 1 to other people, people who want to show off that like they understand a bit of Formula 1. They're like, oh yeah, Monaco's like rubbish. There's no overtaking. They don't understand it. Xavier, these mechanics should be taking a little bit of advice, just saying it since the second pit lane. Yeah. Why is there a red flag? Yeah, Leclerc's car was removed. I just wonder if it's barrier damage there with a metal barrier, in which case... And I've had a video I've meant to release on my channel for a long time now on how a barrier repair works from when I was at Spa. Kimi's wheel is out. It does look actually exactly like this. That's scary. It even has the same... there's a little thing here, which I think is a piece of copper. You see that? There's a piece of copper.
Okay, crack on.
Still has that piece of copper there, and I don't know why that's there. But yeah, drivers are out of the cars. Red flag. Advertising break. Very American, this. Interesting from Kimi, because it's, you know, race would probably be done by now without your safety cars and red flags. Charles crashed in Monaco, yeah. But I just, honestly, he took such a big hit to that front left, and you just can't think about it. You can't overthink it. So, was Gasly speeding on the way into the pit lane? I guess Gasly was speeding on the way in or something. Did he slip off the limiter in the middle? Or was it at the end? You know, I remember doing a race at Silverstone, and like a 3-hour race or 6-hour race, and like I think 3 of us got speeding penalties in the pits, and we were telling each other like, don't do it, don't go off early. But you're wired to like, you want to do it as soon as possible. Is that another one for Russell? By the way, where do you think Max Verstappen would be if he was still in this race? Very interesting to think about. Papa, remember who called Leclerc in the wall over drive? Oh, they're having a look at the tarmac. They're having a look at the tarmac on the way into Anthony Nogues, and they're going to sweep it. They're not happy about something on the tarmac. Oh, but now Charles Leclerc crashes. They're not happy about it. They're sweeping it up. I think there's a lot of marbles and stuff offline. But Charles Leclerc's still not happy about it. That looks like a man who's like going to leave Ferrari, I'll be honest with you. Wadib says the driver's affected. By the way, hit the like button if you're not hit it already. 2,000 be watching. Hit the like button down there. Bang, 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 bang. And also, if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Yeah, they're sweeping. Lindblad's doing an interview or something. Oh, Simba! Welcome, Simba! With the 5 gifted memberships. Wigan Pilots got it. Roderick Kennedy, KRZ Productions, Zoko, and Kliblam Jofsky. Chat, please put your claps in there for Simba with the gifted memberships. Thank you so much, Simba. Good to see you. I know you're tearing it up on AC Evo. Best setup guides, I've heard. Been watching some of the laps, actually. Chat, please put your claps in there. 5 gifted memberships from KCR Simba. One of our fastest drivers in sim racing. Hoping you're well, Simba. Kireth, remember Kimi Räikkönen doing the red flag? Well, I remember we went to the yacht, but as we were saying, the yachts are not parked up this time around, so you wouldn't be able to get on the yacht. Well, you would, you take a little boat. Look at the claps coming out here. Love to see it. George Russell's in the garage and putting his overalls down. With his headset on. It's very interesting because it's weird. There's a comment there about Fangio. Like, now we have drivers out of the grid basically on computers, like tapping, like they're on a laptop, like if they've just played squash at work or something and they're back in the office. It's very, very weird. Like it's makes it seem like it's too easy to drive these cars, frankly. Ah, this massive ship is called the Explorer. Must be a cruise. It's absolutely humongous. It must block the sun. Professor saying I don't think race can continue until they patch the tarmac. Let's drive around it. Chimba, how long does it take for the red flag to go? Not sure. And what do you think it's going to be a chaotic race? This race has been the most chaotic race. Yeah, it looks like there might be a little bump on the way into Anthony Nogues. But I would say everyone else has dealt with it. Remember Senna v Prost? A little bit, mainly before my time. Get some cones on track. Yeah, if it's Club 100, you just put some cones on there. Why I muted myself? Why did I just mute myself? Black, I'm so sorry for saying we need to get rid of Charles. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to be more careful. Yeah, I mean, we got to be careful. We're prophesizing stuff. Ooh, there's a little. I thought it was a shadow. Maybe it's a little patch on the way in. Ooh, this is a bit embarrassing for Monaco. You'll crash if you hit this tarmac. Just won't hit it then. You should be in Formula 1. Libby says, yeah, this is over. It's a track... By the way, if the track temp was like 50 degrees, is it melting or something? Because in England, when it gets hot, the roads melt. Get the lollipop guy out. Yeah, just put a cone on it. Just put a cone on it. This is Formula 1. When I go karting, they're like, don't hit this curb. Put a cone on it. Obviously, I hit the cone to get 3 goes. I didn't win these championships by playing their rules. Let's be honest. But I say put a cone on it. Captain has a big Brian. Hello to you and Brian. Just missed the tarmac. The tarmac does get greasy if it gets too hot. Well, I've been questioning the track temps all weekend. I've been moaning about the track temp sensor. Maybe there is some madness. Maybe the track test empress is oh, is that cracked? Has that tarmac completely come up? Oh, this can't continue. This can't continue then. This is done. That's very embarrassing for Monaco. I think it's completely cracked. Because it's like a little ridge. It's like it's less, you know, at the top it's stretched a little bit. You know what they'll do? They'll finish it behind safety car. There's FIA people walking there. I think they'll finish it behind safety car. This is going to be a scandal. The tyres literally pulled it apart. I think because there's a little bump. If you imagine, oh god, imagine like icing on a cake, and imagine the cake is slightly raised. It will start to. See, I should. You know, I should be an engineer. Now they're sweeping it. Leclerc destroyed the track. If it's a red flag, does it go to previous lap? If they abandon it, does it go to previous lap? So Jim Ratcliffe, that's a man who knows chemicals. Oh, Oliver Rowland's here. Formula 1 World Champion, Formula E World Champion, who I've interviewed many times. Who I've interviewed at Monaco. Who's mentoring Arvid Lindblad. Please watch my Formula E interviews. Just search my name and interviews on YouTube. It is exactly what you might imagine. It's me interviewing racing drivers and asking them questions. Can I restart the race? I don't have that kind of power. I destroyed the track. Hang on, why am I getting heat here? Yeah, does it go, is it a lap count back? If it's a red flag, doesn't it go to, because isn't that what happened in Melbourne a couple of years ago when George Russell crashed on the last lap and it was a red flag? When's the last time a race ended early like this? I'm guessing Melbourne a couple of years ago. Captain, can't believe Kireth ran out to Monaco real quick, hit the track in. Well, it's there. Look at me here. Look at these. Look at me walking here. Everywhere I walk, I actually had massive excavators. These are like secret trainers. Look at me. I'm actually in Monaco. This is all a ruse. I'm just AI behind this. I destroyed the whole track. It's a YouTube video. I flew to Monaco and destroyed the whole massive prank. My biggest prank yet, brackets, I flew to Monaco and destroyed the track, featuring Mr. Beast. That's what happened. So the track... Oh, Hajar! Safety car infringement under investigation. No! No, Isaac Hajar. Safety car infringement. George Russell's going to get that podium back. Although Russell's probably under a few more investigations. Knowing George. Put a banana on the track. Does that equal it out? Can crashed cars repair? Who are you thinking about? Who are you thinking about? Are you thinking Charles Leclerc? That car ain't going to be repaired. Leclerc fully crapped the track because of his brakes. People in the yachts are dancing. God, what is it like to have that much money? If you have that much money, do you just lose like connection with reality? Banana will mush into the cracks. Ah, okay, see, we got a lot of structural engineers here. Push cars to front. Oh, they're going to try it. They're going to try it. They're going to try it. They've got a resumption order, which sounds like a legal judgment. The resumption order 12 44 6. It's Hajar 6, isn't he? Yeah, 6-3. So yeah, what Hajar under investigation? What a cracking race. Out. Time, can we time out? Who was that? Paul Buckley. Please, grid start. Oh, grid start. Oh, you're talking my language now. Yes. Get this going with the grid start, and we don't even know whether the track is going to hold up. This is just... Honestly, imagine the people who said, I'm not gonna watch Monaco or follow Monaco because it's really boring. Imagine everything they've missed out on. And also, if I was at Monaco, I wouldn't be able to follow all this stuff. I'd just be looking at the yachts. The mega yacht. Grid start, chance of Hamilton win. Whisper it. Whisper it. Did anything... Grid Destroyer? Hang on, where were you gone, Grid Destroyer? With a username like that? Did anything happen when I was gone? He mutters evilly with the username Grid Destroyer. Where have you been? Mad says, I'm scared now that this race will be another rule decide who wins race. Don't be scared, it's cool. Aid, I'm just making a circuit for the Tokyo... Are you in Tokyo? I'm hoping to go. I'm hoping to go to Tokyo for the night race. Because what I noted, the two drivers that crashed, there's so much debris on their front left tyre. It's really weird. Mr. F1's in Dubai. Okay, very good. Okay, so red flag at the moment. Are we ticking down to like you know, it's got to be done in a certain time? The images of people partying on the yachts is like, I mean, I don't want to be like a Grinch, like, people having fun. Look at these people dancing. Don't want to be all like Homelander, but you know what, I'm not going to be Grinch. It's fun. Well, if you're on a yacht, why wouldn't you have a good time? Also, the racing is very peripheral, I think, to being on a yacht. Evelyn, Lewis is definitely becoming second place on the podium. I think Hadgar is coming third place. Oh my god. Drive-through penalty for Russell. Drive-through penalty. He is cooked. Imagine if he doesn't even come out. I mean, his race is done. His race is done with the drive-through. And they love it. They've given him the penalty as he's out of the car. His helmet is off. He's being told as we speak. Is he taking his race suit off? I'd love it if he just doesn't go out. I'd love it. I think he's just been told. I think he's just been told. He just said why. Marcus Dudley is telling him. Toto's tapping away. Did you get my email? If I was George Russell, I'd go back to my wheel right now and I'd hit the WhatsApp button and I'd WhatsApp Michael Massey and say, what are you doing? This is why Mercedes did this. After 2021. Direct WhatsApp. Memar says, Kireth, my name is Abdullah Mohammed. Very nice. Oh, to be a fly. You don't. The Merc garage is outside right now. It's open air. It's like theatre. It's not in a TV studio. Gabriel says, told you he's scandalous. You did say that earlier. I was trying to get my head around it, but now I think I understand it. Russell missing his 5-second pit penalty was poor, though. I don't know what he was doing, frankly. This is one of the most memorable races of... We'll talk about this in years to come. Do you remember that Monaco race where the trap broke and George Russell got like 1 billion penalties in the fastest car? They just kept slapping him with penalties. My name is that because I play karting. Very nice. So do I. Ugh. Today's race has been watching an episode of Hail and Pace. I don't know what Hail and Pace is. I don't even really know what we're doing now. We have an order update. Incident involving Hadjar under investigation. Safety car infringement. Gasly podium? Gasly podium, everyone? Gasly podium. Don't get back in the car, Russell. I love if he makes a stand. To be fair, I think for people, there are people out there who don't like George Russell. I hope this makes them like him more, because it's like, I think that people will feel sorry for him. Like, he's been put through so much today. They even investigated him for just doing a normal pit exit. He did a completely normal pit exit, and he was under investigation for like 20 laps. Ah, he was meant to stay out, so they didn't know that. They didn't have the timer ready. Oh my god. Comedy show. 8 as Hamilton could win it off the line. Could happen. Could happen. Elo says FIA should call it day. Wigan, Hale and Pace, old comedy duo. Okay. The RPM vid on this vid. I'm not running adverts, so I don't think I'm going to get any RPM. I should really put an advert in. George has figured out that Rob Bottom had a pace. He's fallen through it like that meme when you go through in the bus. Welcome Prismy and Nathan. You know what, chat, please try and get me to 139,000 subscribers. If you're watching, basically 2,000 people watching, please hit the subscribe button. We get to 139k. It'd be super nice. Pierre Gasly. Leclerc's not disqualified, he's out of the race. Yeah, imagine they slap him with some grid penalties as well. YTY, it's obvious Max got sabotaged by his own team in order to surpassed by Hadjar. Wow. Yeah, hang on, does Gasly have a... Gasly's got a penalty as well, doesn't he? Not 2. Gasly's got 1 penalty, doesn't he? Piastri podium? Piastri podium? After being helped by now, by the way, Norris. Lando holding up George Russell and then just boxing. That is absolutely scandalous. That is absolutely scandalous. Yeah, Leclerc's not dead. I want to be clear about that. He's okay. I don't know if that's a rumour that's spreading. Elon, they didn't have a timer ready, and they're right. Yeah, one of the tyre changes just started changing the tyre. I think left front started changing. The dude on right front was like, "Hey guys, like, whoa, what's this car? Who is this? Maybe we should think." And the front left guy was already like, "It's done, mate. It's done." You know when someone does something so quickly, and they're not meant to do it, but it's like, "I just did it. I've already eaten it." Russell saying Hadjar is 10 car lengths, way more than 10 car lengths. Ah, so Russell's dobbed in Hadjar. It's very difficult to keep track of all of this penalty stuff. Welcome SUR Lucky. Welcome Ethan. This might be the best race. This could be the best race of this whole season. It's great. And this is the best way to follow this. Can you imagine being sat in front of the TV? How it's just not going to be as involving as this, as so many penalties are coming through. They're going to rob Hadjar too. They're going to rob my boy. Lawson podium? It's also embarrassing for Formula 1 that the track doesn't work. So I think Sky might not be trying to emphasise that too much. I might be wrong. Welcome Reportify. Let's rock. Yes, indeed. Exactly my thoughts. Is everyone out of the car? Yes, at the moment. The cars are in the pit lane, by the way. Because there's no... It's not easy access to the grid. You can only get to the grid through... Oh no, there is one cut through. I'll make sure I'll put my grid walk video this week. Should have done it before, really. Monaco has been a bit controversial. Last year, drivers were asked if Monaco should be in the calendar. I bet George Russell's going to hate Monaco now. Paul says Alfonso for the win. P14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14 Was there an issue for Behrman coming into the pits? They're just going through a load of retirements. Russell could still win if the front three... Oh my god. Hang on, what if George Russell ends up winning this race? No, but he's got a is it a drive-through? He's got a drive-through. He's not winning this race. Could he win this race? Oh no! They're gonna murder my boy here. Hamilton under investigation. Safety car infringement. Hamilton under investigation. Sergio Perez podium. I'm just saying it. I'm just putting it out. I want to put it out there now. Because if we see a couple more penalties, everyone's going to say, oh, it was obvious Perez was going to get a podium. 12 minutes, the race will resume. Hamilton under investigation. Hamilton. Safety car infringement. And Adrian Newey's looking at the Ferrari very closely. But unfortunately, nothing going through that head, Adrian, it seems. With the way your car's performing this season. FI, what is this? Let me know if you're a fan of this or not in the chat. Paul, this entire race has been a I've heard it's like hail and pace. That's what comes to my mind. FIA is a joke. Everyone gets a penalty. Everyone getting penalties now. Can you give a race something? I'm really sorry. I don't think it's possible to summarize this race. This is one for those AIs. I don't even think the AIs can do it. This is a joke, Lee says. Gabriella, they're playing Leave Hamilton alone. The scandal has spread to Hamilton. Welcome Jessica, Raya, Flappity, Liberty, Puppy, Dan and Alan as well. If no restart, Williams 5 and 6. No, they are going to restart. 10 minutes till restart. I've never seen so many investigations here. I've never seen it. Nassif, what's happening? Exactly my thoughts. Hamilton under investigation. This isn't a race. This is like Cluedo, but just set in Monaco. To be fair, Formula 1 in some of the early races this season with all the clipping is like it's just annoying. But if it's this chaotic, the track's broken, everyone's getting a penalty, they're just like trying to like break George Russell's like spirit. What was Hamilton doing? Oh, he was going very fast. Was he more than 10 car lengths behind? Oh, he was way more than 10 car lengths behind. He was way more. Has Hadjar got a penalty? If Hadjar gets one, Lewis will get one. If Hadjar doesn't get one, I don't think Lewis will get one. And Hadjar's looking like he's pumping himself up. Cancel the restart. Yeah, he was about 85 cars behind. Sizex says the stewards are making it up. Michael says no one was disadvantaged. If no one is hurt, is it a crime? Just going to put that out there. Yeah, race suits going on. We're going to go racing again. 8 minutes to go. Maybe we even get the track. Imagine we get the track map back. A race decided by penalties and not by racing. Well, look, when Max Verstappen crashed, remember at the beginning I was like, oh, we've been robbed here. We've been robbed of a great race. You know, we want to see Verstappen versus Kimi. You know, that was not, everyone's forgotten about that now. That was about 85 years ago. Right, helmets are on. Yeah, track map comes back. The pothole is literally where that 19 is pointing to. Report says total BS. Right, Russell is going out. Russell's going out. Remember, I was saying 10 minutes ago, Russell should go on strike. Russell should get back in the car. There's mechanics running around everywhere. No time to Lewis Hamilton. By the way, I've been reading a lot recently on like as I try and, you know, I'm always trying to improve the channel. Like, we work with a lot of people and trying to read stuff on, like, Hamilton scooting down, pushes the cameraman out the way. Hamilton just ran over a cameraman in the... It's chaos in the pit lane. That, you're going to see that meme for about 100 years. 138,000 sub. Thanks so much, Alan. Alexander Wright. Last time I watched you were getting 500 views. Oh, we still get it. On the Monaco video I did yesterday, that I had to hide because it was doing so badly. Hamilton was scooting down the pit lane. He doesn't want to get another penalty. Yeah, I'm reading a lot of books on like how you performance and like how organizations deal with failure and things like that. And I just wonder here whether there's some people who are under pressure. They're not going to take accountability and be like, the track's not safe. But maybe the track is safe, but they, from an organizational perspective, they're going to be like, oh, we'll probably be okay. Isn't Russell the driver's GPD? I thought he was. Hasn't he stood down? FIA just looking now. What's the max amount of pens? Maybe, because Hamilton came back in his race suit and helmet on a scooter. Maybe it's actually Kim K in the car now. Or maybe there's been some, like, driver swap, getting a fresh driver in. Because he came scooting down with his helmet on and overalls. 500 views live. Oh, okay. Yeah, George should write the book on how I overcame Monaco. Is it grid start? Is grid start confirmed? It says safety car lights on. Surely it's going to be safety car. It's chaos. It's absolute carnage right now. Professor says the track is not safe. Put safe or not safe in the comments if you think the track is safe or not safe. I'm going to get rid of this poll. Also, did anyone actually ask me anything? Did we get any questions? Oh, I got loads of questions. One of them is just Kevin from South Africa. Okay, I'm going to end the Q&A. I didn't answer a single one. Apologies.
Okay, crack on.
5 minutes to go till race start. 5 minutes to go. Libby says safe. Flappity says safe. Alex says safe. Ayrton says I don't know. Okay. Professor says not safe. Okay, Perez is in the car. He's got that confused face on. He's like, you know, the one we saw in Suzuka a few years ago. We'll find out shortly. That's the spirit. Side says it's safe. Maverick saying not safe. 4 minutes to go. 4 minutes to go. Chat, come on, hit the like button as well. Let's just, while we're waiting, we should be absolutely racking those up. They don't cost anything, they don't really mean anything, so we may as well just smash it. Just something to do. Right. Russell should boycott and Max and Lando rock, paper, scissors. Can you imagine a crazy restart? Someone's going to lose out big here. Whole track isn't safe. Not sure about that. But we're going to find out whether it's safe or not soon. There's people partying on the track. It's going to be chaos. Ah, I'd love a hot dog now. Always have hot dogs in the fridge. Always have baps in the fridge. Like button gently caressed. Very nice. I guarantee we'll have another one going off at the last turn. If we have someone crash at the last corner, we're in scandal territory, or whatever you call it. Shambles. Farce. That's the way it'll be described in the news. Farcical Monaco Grand Prix sees 25 drivers given penalties. Paul Buckley, not that safe. Paul, look, we got 1,800 people watching. Does anyone actually work in tarmac or asphalt? to give it its non-brand name. First confused Perez came in Suzuka. Second confused came in Vegas. Oh yeah, Vegas on the walkout. He just got announced. He got the best. He got the best intro ever. Who's your favourite driver? I'm not sure. If Anthony Nogues, yeah, the ghost of Anthony Nogues. Wow, there's people properly high up. Whoa. There's people properly high up. I love that. That looks properly dangerous. Yes. There's people watching from Italy. Imagine if it's George that crashes out. I'm not sure I can take it. Right. Cars are leaving. Are we going to get a grid start? Are we going to get a grid start? You know what? We may get a grid start here. I think the safety car is just staying put. I think we're going to get a grid start. Cadillac set the bar low and still managed to trip over it. Anthony Nogues now under investigation. Not watching. Is the race worth watching when I get home replay? I'd say not the whole race. The race highlights are definitely going to be worth watching, but it's going to be one of those ones where I don't think you can condense it down. Sometimes a Formula 1 race, you can really condense it down into like 8 minutes. I don't think this race... This is like trying to condense Canada 2010, whatever, 11 highlights. You'll want to see how the cars have crashed, like Anthony Nogues. Grid start, let's go. Kunal, can you properly commentate this last session? Kunal, I'm flagging here, I'm struggling. This is an endurance thing. I'll try my best, Kunal. Where's Alfonso? P14. Kireth under investigation! We need an investigation graphic. I've got a stream deck here. Isn't it loaded in here? I'm going to break it on. Is anything working on this? No, I'm going to hit buttons and break stuff. I'm going to stop pressing it. When's the race going to end? It's I don't know. Track clear, 11 laps. 10 laps? What? 10 laps to go? Are they just circle? Is it because Kimi's gone to grid slot? There's a massive queue in the pits, by the way. There are cars going into Raskas as there are cars queuing to leave the pits. Something... Oh, they're unlapping. So George Russell's unlapping. T2's not even a turn, it's just a straight. You should start a petition or something. It's overtime now. Added time. Safety car ball. Arvid podium prediction. Chat, I want to have your podium predictions. Put your top 3 in. I'm gonna go. Don't listen to me though. But I'm gonna go. Hamilton's got. I don't think Hadjar and Hamilton are gonna get a penalty. I don't think they're gonna get a penalty. I don't think so. So I am gonna go and I'm gonna go Anthony Hamilton Hadjar, but I want to hear your crazy theories. Yolanda says they are first unlapping the lap cars. 5-second penalty for me. Can Fernando Alfonso score a point? Potentially. Captain saying Antonelli, Hamilton, Hadjar, Alex, Lewis, Anthony, Arvid, Paul, Anthony, Hamilton, Hadjar, Xavier as it is. Simba saying Hamilton, Hadjar, and Hamilton, Hadjar, Antonelli. Russell on the radio saying again, Hadjar again, leaving multiple gaps. No further investigation for Hamilton. As I predicted, I didn't predict, I've been messaging the FIA under here, saying don't give him a penalty. Imagine if Russell gets a penalty now for safety car infringement and Hamilton doesn't. So because Hamilton doesn't, I don't think Hadjar will, unless Hadjar was already given one that I missed. It's Fernando Alfonso. It is indeed. He's in P14. Ah, safety car laps. What are we doing here? Hadjar, I'm slow. I don't have enough power. Don't worry. You just got to be as fast as a Mercedes AMG SL. Because we're under safety car right now. What are we doing? Benji, this race is a disgrace. Hang on. Are we going to finish behind safety car? No, it says standing start. It says standing start. we're in safety car to bunch the pack up again. Because they did the unlapping. Paul says, go Alfonso, you good thing. I think safety car's going to pull in and they'll take grid start. That Red Bull's running on 5 cylinders. George Russell's going to explode. But hang on, George Russell can overtake him. Anthony's saying, I think they've just swept it. And he's saying, and being told, yeah, it's still broken up. So, oh, but now we're playing Russian roulette on Anthony Noakes. These are phrases you'd never thought you'd hear, but you're hearing them now. Fernando Alfonso, yes indeed, P14. It's not under safety car. It's standing start confirmed. Yeah, Michael Massey's like that dude in the Truman Show. He's on the microphone saying, and now do a standing start with the race with the track should be irrigated. You want to make it a wet race? George playing mind games. Oh, George is so deep in the mind games. He came into Monaco playing mind games and just backfired massively. Right, safety car pulls in. Safety car pulls in. I don't even know what's going on anymore. I don't even know. Safety car's pulling in. Russell's been on the radio again. I'm going to guess he's complaining. Let's predict THGE start. Yeah, this is going to be really interesting. This is going to be super interesting. This is going to be super interesting. I'm going to call it. We got a sprint on it. Looks like Monaco's back on the menu, boys. It's Russian roulette on that last corner. Anyone could crash. It could be Kimi. It's like every time you go through, it's going to be eight laps to gamble. Right, Bortoletto taking his grid. So I'm going to call it as I see it. I know the standing. I'm going to call it as I see it. Okay. Because I'm just loving this. I haven't had this much fun in like ages. Okay. Green flags are waved on the grid. Green lights. 1 red light, 2 red lights, 3 red lights, 4 red lights, 5 red lights. Red lights go out. It's a decent start from Kimi. It's a good start from Hamilton. Hamilton's going to slot in behind. Won't be able to go around the outside, I think. George Russell's ahead of Hadjar. Gasly goes side by side with Hadjar into Saint Devot. So Russell's got ahead, which is going to be interesting because Russell now might put pressure on Hamilton. Although Russell's quite slow going up the hill because he was compromised. In fact, there's a massive George Russell train. Has George Russell got a huge problem here? George Russell is so far behind Hamilton. George Russell's car can't be working properly. Or is he backing the pack up? What are you doing, George? He's so slow, it's dangerous. Everyone's going side by side through. Oh, contact between, I think, Hülkenberg and Albon or Sainz at the hairpin. Albon jumps up as the wheels made contact. George Russell, what are you doing? I wonder if he backed the pack up, which caused an accident. Okay, it was Sainz. Sainz retires. He goes the wrong way at the tunnel entrance. There's going to be no safety car for that because he's driving off the track backwards there. Russell, remember, Russell has a penalty. Is he backing the... Ah, I'm so slow. George Russell has a 5-second penalty. He's backing the pack up massively. And then, in a few laps, he's just going to zoom out. So he's going to create the 5-second gap. It is scandalous. But he was done dirty by Lando. So, I say fair play. That's what he's done. And by doing that, he's killed Carlos Sainz. Because he created such a mess at the hairpin. This is honestly like wacky races or something. So now he's going to try and get that 5-second gap. King George playing 5G chess. You know what? George Russell, he's in the pit. It's a drive-through. It's a drive-through. It's not a 5 seconds. It's a drive-through. No, it's going to be a mess. It's going to be a mess for George Russell because he's going to come out in the middle of everyone. He's going to come out in the middle of everyone, and now they all hate him because he backed them all up. As Hülkenberg runs over Alex Albon. Bit of contact there. Russell taking the rage out on Sainz. Russell's now in P14. Oh, George Russell's going to be angry. Oh, I wouldn't want to be on George Russell's private jet tonight. Oh. You have to ask the question, what was the point of George Russell coming out? I guess he might get a point or something, and I guess it's fun to watch. It's great entertainment. I feel like giving George Russell driver of the day, honestly. Because what he's been through, it's a bit like watching that last Lord of the Rings movie. Hadjar incident, red flag infringement noted. Ah, Hadjar. Gasly, meanwhile, Gasly podium. Gasly podium. It's going to be a Gasly podium. No further action for Hadjar though. But that's safety car infringement. He's got a different one now. Red flag infringement. Gasly podium. Who called it? Who called the Gasly podium? Is Russell the first championship contender lapped by his teammate twice in a race? Maybe. The gap between first and second is 2 seconds. 5 laps to go. This race has made me hungry. This has been absolutely fantastic. This has been just such great entertainment, you know? It's so much better than watching TV or watching a movie or just scrolling. It's been great. And just imagine if it was the Indy 500 later. At no point would I be predicting Gasly podium. Be honest, did anyone in chat predict a Gasly podium? Be honest. Gasly needs a 10-second gap. Why? Why does he need a 10-second gap? I think we had chat under investigation. I think, yeah, we were also at some point under investigation. Zhang, what happened? I went to get water and Russell was third. Now my man's 14th. He said, you know when we said like Russell realised that Brock Boston has a basement? Well, it turns out that basement also has a basement. And that basement's actually through like a massive lift shaft. And that lift shaft actually goes through to the other side of the world. And then it ejects you out and you end up in deep space. That's what Russell just experienced here. Or, as Yolanda Versteeg's put it, Sainz will be fuming. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be in Sainz's orbit at the moment. Gasly got 10 seconds worth of penalty. Well, Gasly ain't getting a podium then. Hadjar podium? Does Hadjar have a drive? But Hadjar's getting another penalty. For goodness sake. Piastri podium? After Gasly's penalty, Hadjar gets a podium, but after Hadjar penalty, Piastri gets a podium. Tarmac now under investigation, the company. Yep. Flappy predict, not necessarily delude a Gasly podium constantly. Delusion is a feeling well known by Alpine fans. Right, so I'm losing track of penalty. Perez, false start again. Perez is the first driver to false start twice in the same race. It's like the Guinness World Record race or something. Well, who are these amateurs, man? Perez was winning this race when I was there. Hadjar's got no power. How's the pothole doing, by the way? Norris team player. Norris just like caused chaos and retired. I think we have to call this the Banter GP. Do anyone remember the 2026 Banter GP? Like, you cannot explain this to people. Also, Perez was just out of position. Like, how do you be out of position? Like, there's one job you got to do when you're gridding up, which is be in your grid slot. Yeah, what if everyone gets penalised and it goes on countback, and the only driver to not get penalised is actually Max Verstappen? 3 laps to go, everyone. Hadjar needs to pull a Danny Rick. Black K, is there anyone on track who doesn't need to serve the penalty? Honestly, I don't really know. But I don't know. No, Gasly didn't. No, Hadjar doesn't have a penalty. He's under investigation for another penalty. I didn't see his penalty cleared from previous. No, he was cleared from safety car. It was cleared from safety car. And he didn't speed in the pits. No, but he did speed in the pits. I saw a replay. He did speed in the pits. So why did George get a drive-through? Hadjar investigation after race. Oh, for crying out loud. I don't know what's going on now. I'm just going to call it Limblab Podium. Limblab Podium. There we go. George is like, I didn't have a bad race. I had an educational experience. George needs to chat to ChatGPT afterwards. Cadillac first points if Perez overtakes Ocon. Can't see that happening, but there we go. By the way, Russell just chilling behind Bortoletto. Alfonso podium, not sure. You're calling it though. I rate the fact you're calling it. I can rate that commitment. By the way, down there is literally exactly where they all crashed. Literally right there. That's where the pothole is. I predicted it. Welcome Zaga, Joe, Aaron as well. Welcome back Chira as well. Oh my god, it's been a crazy race. It's been a crazy race. It's been a crazy race. No one would believe. I might try to do a summary short. The Monaco GP race in 6 seconds. Right, final lap, by the way. Final lap. So Kimi's going to win. Kimi's going to... We owe it to ourselves to regroup, okay? Kimi's going to win P1. Hamilton's going to get P2 because he served his penalty correctly. Gasly... This is where I don't know what's happening. Gasly might be on the podium, we might not. Hadjar might be on the podium, might not. But given Piastri is less than 5 seconds behind Gasly, if they both get penalties, Piastri will be on the podium. Paul today was Comedy Central. Kimi won £60. Very nice. Yeah, the recap video. I need to do the recap video straight after or something. By the way, to be fair, the track looks like it's held up. Or, right, Kimi goes around, last corner drifts it, which is a bit risky, given we saw Leclerc. He's drifting it through Anthony Nogues. Kimi style. So Kimi wins, makes it 5 in a row. Absolutely unbelievable. That's what you call a championship winning drive, I would say. Hamilton goes over line second. Hadjar third. Without penalty yet, it looks like Gasly gets a massive penalty. So Hadjar's back on the podium at the moment, and Piastri's fourth, less than a second behind though. So, and then we've got Lawson and Lindblad who've done fantastic. Albon in P8, Hulkenberg P9, Ocon P10, and Sergio Perez, after I clowned Cadillac pretty hard this stream, was only 2 seconds off a point. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'm pretty sure he was a lap behind Ocon at one point. Hadjar third, we think. We think. Goodness me. Oh, that's been a hell of a race. I'll tell you what, that's... I say Monaco can't be exciting. Monaco definitely can be exciting. That was insane. Thanks, Willie Perdue. Yeah, just I'm seeing wows in the chat. Just wow. Just like, what a race. We didn't even have the track map here. 10-second time penalty for Hulkenberg. There he goes down. Perez gets a point. It's a point for Cadillac. Cadillac have their first point in Formula 1. You get it right off. Perez has beaten Russell. It's a point for Sergio Perez. It's carrying on even now. You know what? We got to pour one out for Cadillac. We got to pour one out for Cadillac. That's we just got to celebrate that for Cadillac because honestly I mean them so hard. We're gonna pour one out. Here we go. This is for Cadillac. Chat. We've got to do some cheers for Cadillac there. Their first point. Unbelievable seeds. Oh my god. Perez is back. Yeah, he had the confused face on, which is dangerous because he's like, maybe he was the only guy who could see through everything. He was like, I think I'm going to get a point here. And it was like, Sergio, don't worry, just go out again, just finish the race. Like, no, I think it's going to work out. when he gets his penalty, when he takes that. First point for Sergio Perez in the Cadillac. Absolute animal. Wow. 3.5 hours we've been streaming. It's been like absolute roller coaster. That's been so much fun. That's been so much fun. That's pod racing. That's F1. That's more fun than a lot of the races that people say, oh, Suzuka's a proper circuit, Monaco's not a circuit. I remember when Verstappen won by 22 seconds at Monaco. By the way, Kimi was 50 seconds ahead at one point. A well-timed safety car. 2. Red flag. Oh, even Kunal was happy. Great commentary at the end. Pit entry speed gun. Yeah. Imagine they try and count back from all of that. Oh. There we go. There's the finish line. Or at least the start line. Maybe the finish line's later. There it is. Kimi started pole. Converted it. Hamilton congratulates him. Hamilton P2 as well. Ever the magnanimous Lewis Hamilton, 7-time world champion. To be fair. Thanks, Black. Appreciate it. Thanks for all the mods as well. See Chai back as well. Been a great keeping it. We've all done a good job, I think. Everyone, including chat. Almost a minute, if you can. Yeah. Oh, that gets a bit confusing, that, but yeah. Wow. Honestly, I'm very satisfied. Don't know how to put it. I'm very satisfied. Like, I want to have breakfast now because I didn't have breakfast. Yeah, it was nice. What's next? What's the calendar saying? Is it Silverstone next? Isn't it normally Catalunya? Oh, I'd love to go. See, now I want to go to an F1 race again. But there's no better way of following that race and experiencing than like this. That's the best way. Kimi is now the youngest winner of Monaco. Until now it was Hamilton. Barcelona next, Spain next week. Next week. Okay. Everyone gained apart from Russell, Hulkenberg and Colapinto. Yeah, tends to work like that though when you have retirements. Captain, this is my new fave way to watch. Yeah, you can always watch it back on later though. David Coulthard doing interviews. I've interviewed him. Right. I think what I'm going to do is, while my brain is still intact, I'm gonna record a recap video, and I'll put it on Formula Fan TV. Maybe one of the mods can put a link to Formula Fan TV, my motorsport channel. And if you like the Monaco content here, I'm gonna put some grid walks and some stuff up there as well on Formula Fan TV. But yeah, I think I'll do a race recap now. I think I'll do it now. So I'm going to end the stream. We'll be back for Spain next week, which should be a lot of fun. And yeah, thanks so much for joining. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. If you want to help me out anytime, just leave a comment on the videos or watch the videos if you like them, etc. And it's been a lot of fun. Been a crazy race. I will see you for the next few races. Hopefully we'll do an in-person one. Yeah, hopefully we'll do Monaco in person next year. Right.